I laugh loud enough to peak all the time. 60% of the time, I peak
every time.
Hey.
Me laughing is when I come. It tickles.
Oh no, bro. TMI.
It tickles.
TMI. It's anime porn over here.
He said, "Come in and say."
Welcome one. Welcome all.
You're recording?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
To episode 35 of the None of Our Business podcast. We are your hosts.
Philly can't beatbox because he has food in his mouth.
Philly fanatic.
I'm too, right?
P Styles.
Mm-hmm.
P Steezy.
Yeah.
Silent Tempo.
Yep.
What up?
Good morning.
You know, it's fucking too early for this shit.
I'm so happy to be on.
Keenan Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
C-section.
Yep.
C9.
Yep.
K9.
C4.
There you
C4.
go.
See these nuts.
Easily
CB4.
explosives.
And today we have a very special guest.
Dun,
Boom,
dun, dun,
boom,
dun,
boom, boom,
dun.
Marcus
What up?
Aurelius.
Dun, 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 dun,
Not to
dun.
be confused with the emperor who he slain
He was a
a
decent
long time
emperor.
ago.
That'd be some scary
He
shit if
was-
we actually had a dead person on the show.
That'd be sick.
That'd be dope. That'd be revolutionary.
I mean, do I need to channel this from really quick?
Please.
He's like,
Now that sounds more like you coming, sir.
oh, yeah. That's just coming.
That's your true come face.
That's also his laugh.
we are peaking a shitload.
Mhm.
Too much.
More than I'd like. or do you peak enough?
Oh,
Sneak
man.
peek. What's up, guys?
Good morning.
What's going on?
everybody.
Good morning.
It's early.
Hey,
It's not
that's
9 o'clock early, but it's early.
Oh, that's right.
You know
we
what
had
it
a
is?
few-
It's weekend early. Like,
we had a few
yeah.
latecomers to the show.
Oh, I always come late,
Oh,
if not last. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that
if not
none
first,
of
you're
us-
last.
None of us got any sleep.
No. Oh, how sweet.
Oh.
Rub that up.
Oh. It's a good thing there was no cameras.
You got a little
that
bit
was
on your
gay as
face there.
fuck.
What if he used his dick just to wipe it off?
First of all,
Teak chap.
that shit would never get that close to my face.
Oh, you'd be
I am
surprised.
biologically designed to be like. That's the sound that Joe's ass makes when he farts.
Oh man,
Nice.
you got loose sheets. Loose but
You
wet
got me.
sheets.
A couple of spokes are loose there. We're making no sense right now. I bet you anybody listening is like, what?
No, that's because
Keenan's dying over
I
here.
am crying. Ah, fuck. Just because I was imagining Joe's butt cheeks flat.
Oh, bro,
I'm
pause.
afraid to drink anything right now, man.
Keenan, I didn't know you were that type of guy. You
I'm a
know?
very imaginative person.
Oh well.
Don't look at me like that, Keenan.
Just imagine in his thought, he's like, Joe sweaty butt cheeks.
And then I turn back and wink at him like, "Damn."
We've been friends for a while.
You had your fill yet?
That's what Phil says when he comes in.
Hey, this is great improv. We're just adding on to it.
Oh,
Oh
no.
man, yeah. We none of us got any sleep. We were all out. We all have stories of last night, which was totally unplanned and unpredictable, and it's crazy. It's
It's my
awesome.
fault. It's my fault.
We all got the memo, though.
We somehow got it because I don't know why I got encouraged to go out. I mean, I know you asked me, but
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I'm on a monthly hiatus of doing anything of going out.
A month long.
I'm on week 3.
You're not doing that good of a job.
Clearly.
I only broke it twice, but it was for good reason.
What'd you buy for Prime Day?
It's Prime Day?
You
Oh, you missed Prime Day?
You missed Prime Day, dude. That was like
That was like 2 weeks ago.
No, it was this week.
my
really?
inbox blew up with that.
Mhm.
Damn, I bought a whole bunch of games off of these like Steam and other websites like that
Yeah.
for like it must have been
You
like,
have not been saving your money. You did not take your sabbatical
But-
seriously.
but I bought
You said in the most disappointed fashion. No, I haven't.
So
You're so
goddamn.
right. I'm a horrible person.
He's like, I've
It was-
saved a total of like
$3.
$50.
I actually did. I saved $50 because all the games I bought would have been $70.
Are you serious?
And it came out to 40.
Wait.
So
Let me get this
fuck
straight.
y'all.
Let me get this straight. You have spent all of your money on games.
Not all of it, just some of it. A little some.
See, the tone in your voice doesn't make it believable.
Oh, come on.
Like not all of it, but
There's
gonna stutter a little bit more.
It went up at the end.
Well,
Fuck you guys.
awesome.
I'm happy. Whatever.
I bought a 70-inch TV.
Dude, I was going to say, they have some
Whoa.
crazy sales at Target. I saw a 65-inch for like $300.
That was
HD
my
and
pick.
everything.
Oh,
now you sound like a house dad.
Some
I was-
barbecue grill.
I was at Home Depot the other day.
Hey, man, I go to Home Depot all the fucking time.
Joe's a regular. Yeah, me and Joe.
It shows your age,
but
bro.
my reason is for work purposes.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Well, that's different.
Oh,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Salud.
Salute.
Cheers on
All
the.
right, that's too far. I'm not one of the Fantastic
Not
Four
far
here.
enough.
We all
Cheers.
cheers.
It's a spirit cheers. We cheers coffee and orange juice.
I'm gonna delete like the first 6 minutes of this
Oh,
podcast.
why? That's the best stuff.
No, you gotta get you gotta keep it raw.
The rest of this podcast is what's going to be trash. You know?
I hope not.
I
Shit,
know,
you know,
yeah.
like
Starting now.
It's like 6 minutes in. Yeah, it shit doesn't get any better than that after 6 minutes.
That's usually what she says to me. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
It's like,
god.
baby, I can
Kid,
change.
Keen, I didn't know you had somebody that usually said something. From what I hear,
Oh, ooh. Damn. Wait, what is that?
but it's
What
funny
did I say?
because Marcus can't say the same.
that's true. That is very
Which
true.
sucks even more because we were talking about it earlier,
Mm.
and we're just like, "Damn, Keenan has no sex life," and then Marcus is like, "I don't either," and I was like, "That's more pathetic because you're a DJ."
That's true. That's true, man.
How long have you been DJing for? I don't think I ever asked you that question.
And you guys have been friends for how long?
He's a bad friend.
2 or 3 years? 2 years.
It's
Three?
been
Longer.
it's not even that long.
It's when I had my old job, and that was at least no,
No,
my
it's
new job.
all right. You have to hear the story of how I met Keen before we go.
I'm ready.
Here.
Here we go.
Before I
I'm
start
ready.
talking
Hold on,
about
buckle
Wait.
up, bitches.
How do you think I met Marcus?
At a strip club.
exactly. Guess who's the DJ at
What was
that
that movie?
illustrious?
What was it? Jamie Foxx plays the DJ?
Players Club.
Players Club, yeah.
Oh shit!
Except it
Yeah.
wasn't. It's
Yeah.
not really a strip club. It's like
It's a bikini
It's a
bar.
bikini bar. Now the funny thing about bikini bars is they try so hard. Or this one in particular. I don't want to put them out there like that, but they try so hard to be a strip club, and it just falls off far. Like
super far.
so, like the girls come up and like, well, I want to dance to this song, and I'm like, bitch, it's not your show right now. Sorry, am I allowed to cuss anymore?
Yeah, you
Okay, you know, hey, do what I want.
Yeah.
So,
fuck damn.
Bitch, fucking fuck.
So let's continue.
bitch, fucking cunt, ass. Can you put that on repeat for like a minute?
ass.
So yes.
We can't even, man. We can't even be on beat right now.
All right, you know, I
And
was
that's
trying to get that Baltimore club vibe, but you just stopped. Guess you LA people don't know what that is.
I've been to
That
Baltimore.
What's the cool thing about Marcus? Because I know he can do the musical beatbox and sing and all that stuff.
Very
That helps.
versatile.
Really
helps.
great with
But
Philly.
Keenan, we have to get back to this
Oh, yes, how
origin
we met.
story.
Yes.
Of
The
how we
origin
met.
story.
is important. This
Origin story of how we met.
Okay.
Have you guys consummated your love yet?
You know, I was thinking about it, and I'm ready. I'm ready.
I don't see
You know,
it.
I think I gotta.
Temperatures
I was just gonna go.
rising.
I was ready to go to Justice of Peace and just do this thing. You know, fuck the tradition.
You know, yeah. Screw it. Who needs a big wedding anyway, right?
All right,
But I
right.
want a big wedding.
Oh Jesus.
Do you?
You would.
I do.
Wait, let's get back to that.
Okay.
Anything for you, Keenan. You know, since you brought me baked goods this morning.
Oh shit.
Baked goods and fruits.
And showed up on time. Yep.
Oh,
Hey, fuck you.
oh.
And I live the closest out of everyone. So.
To the person that told me I need you to come on Saturday because somebody can't make it on Sunday.
Somebody.
That's me.
Somebody.
With
I really
pride.
want him to be there, but I need you there. So I'm like, oh shit, I really got to be here at 9:00. All right, man, I'm going to show up. I show up at 8:55,
Ain't nobody here.
and I'm the first fucker here. Like,
He's like,
Ain't
I'm here.
You're the
nobody.
second fucker.
actually,
here.
I was the first.
Oh, that's
I
how
had
you get
walked to the
coffee.
door. I walked back to my car, and then I walked back to the door, and that's when you were there, sir.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That's my
Damn.
bad, guys.
Damn.
So,
All right, so the
Okay.
All right,
So
we're getting out,
enough
getting
of the tangents.
we're peeking all over the fucking place, man.
Yeah,
I like
My bad.
Oh, my
What are
bad.
you doing? Is that how you go
I'm
down
trying
on
to.
the
I'm,
lady?
I'm
All right.
trying to keep.
I'm gonna
my-
need you guys to use your big boy voice.
Oh wait,
I'm
now.
trying to keep
And
it
I'm
down.
and remember, I can turn this shit up later. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I can
okay.
hear as long as I heard myself earlier. You
I can
turn me
hear
down.
everybody perfectly.
Yeah.
I can hear everyone.
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Too.
Okay.
These
So
headphones are better than
Then-
those, and
Oh,
so
so
what
you
I'm
know.
hearing is way different from what you guys are.
yeah.
Oh,
Excuse me with your
beautiful.
audio
Yeah,
techniques.
This
You know,
little-
I got.
Hey,
I,
on your high horse.
I have-
He
I got my M60s over here.
Bleep, bleep.
But no, okay. Origin story.
So,
I-
bikini bar.
I met
Mhm.
Keenan at this bikini bar that I was DJing at the time. It's like a hole in the wall bar. And no offense to Keenan,
Uh-oh.
but he was like this well-dressed, nerdy dude. But he always, I can give him this. Anytime he came in, he had a great time. Like he made it a point to have a good time. And so,
No offense, which means literal offense.
no, that's not what that means.
No, it's always
I'm just
a good
saying-
time with Keenan.
I
Joe
mean, like
knows,
Keenan,
yep.
he's
I
got,
fuck with you.
but he's got that nerd swag. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So, but he came well dressed. I give him that. He was always well dressed, and he was always super friendly. Like everybody at the bar knows who this person is. And like I'm talking about drug dealers who are always hanging out with me at the DJ booth. Like, yo, that's Keenan. Like, get him over here. We're getting drinks. We're getting shots.
It's like the old Italian dude, like
You know,
Keenan over here.
And Keenan's like,
Keenan,
chicks like guys with good skills.
I got
Fuck you, Philly.
I love technology.
I have carpenter skills.
Oh,
I
God.
have computer skills.
You know,
I have sick kung fu skills.
Hey, push. What is he doing? He's just roboting.
It's getting so fucking hot in here from
I
the
know,
sheer
dude.
heat that we're throwing at everyone.
So
Keenan
like
was coming.
eventually he came over, and I think I kept playing, like I was working on a particular set each time, and it was like a 90s 2000s hip hop set. And he just came over and introduced himself. And after a while, it was just consistent conversations after that. And he found out that I was trying to step out from that world and get more involved in my own business, along with working with other companies, along with trying to do the production aspect and taking it to many stages across the world and being somewhat of a celebrity, but not a celebrity because I hate the limelight.
Hey, but your music is dope as fuck.
I
Your
appreciate
production?
Yeah, he played
fan.
one of it at the bar, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
And you jizzed in
Yeah.
your
pants. Yeah, but and that's what I could always say about Keenan as well, is like I've never met somebody on like the, not to be overly sentimental, honey,
Yeah.
you know, because we're getting
Oh, yeah.
married after this tonight. We're getting married after this. But he's been like
Get on
a
look at him.
diehard fan, but also like a really loyal friend that wasn't even my friend from the very beginning. Like,
Yeah.
so like I give Keenan always big props, and he brought me here to you guys.
Yep.
He
See, that's
introduced-
the problem. You just fucked up because you gave Keenan props on something, and now he's gonna relish in it, and he's gonna call it out every fucking time.
In fact,
man.
actually, had you not said anything, Keenan probably would have rode you the rest of the day talking about, oh yeah, but who put you on?
Hey, motherfucker.
Now you're
But
gonna
I-
be like, remember the time I put you on Noob?
Hey.
Don't forget that. Remember?
Keenan's a credit taker. If you listen to the
I put you on a
podcast,
podcast one time, right? Remember?
Or he's gonna come to you guys. Remember that time I put Marcus Aurelius on your shit? Nah, that motherfucker's tour with Selection.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. He'd be like, now he's big. That's crazy. We should try
yeah,
to
but
get him on again.
y'all got it because of me, right?
Here's the thing:
Because
we're
of me.
roasting Keenan, but all Keenan's thinking is, well, it's true.
He's thinking all of it is true.
Keenan,
He's like-
Keenan is having a entirely different time or
You know
dialogue in this
I'm
conversation.
right about it.
In his head, it's really going. He's like, oh man.
In his head, he's thinking, yeah, thanks, Keenan, for everything you've done for us. Oh, man, Keenan, we love you.
They're really trying to go in on me.
Like one of those anime characters who only hears what he's
Oh,
thinking.
They think they have the upper hand, but it is I who set this all up.
I haven't used my secret technique yet.
He starts
They'll
running
see.
with his hands behind him like Naruto.
Yo, this Area 51 thing is getting out of
I
hand.
know.
Oh, man.
God damn.
Bro,
I was like, why couldn't this come earlier?
Almost 2 million people have subscribed to this thing.
I haven't yet. I need to though.
Yeah,
Holy
but why
shit.
now? What is it about now? Like this, like in this month.
I
What
feel
is
like-
it about
I
this
think
month?
it was from what I haven't looked into it, but what I summed up from all the posts was that there was this Facebook group, and at some point, it already had all those members. Excuse me. At some point, one of them just like, "Hey, what if we like just storm this shit together? They can't kill us all."
Right.
That's why you keep seeing "they can't kill us all" everywhere, and people were like, "Fuck yeah, it's going down this day."
Yeah.
And then all of a
September
sudden-
20th.
I
Yeah.
think that is a way too deep of an answer. I believe it's because Mercury is in retrograde.
Of
Oh,
course.
God.
Gatorade.
Of course.
Gatorade and Mercury.
Gatorade.
Mercury's and Gatorade.
That's what it is. Gotta be.
Oh my god! But see, the thing is, don't you think? Even let's say they do go and storm it, like you get 2,
Which
3
would be the
million.
dumbest thing they could ever do, because someone
Exactly.
will die.
But also,
Someone-
they would,
Bro,
whatever they have as secret, they would take it out because it's not like they don't got internet. They probably got something better than internet.
They're like, oh shit, these nerds are coming.
They
Get all
have
this shit out of here.
outernet.
Yeah,
Bro.
They should do a joke. They should let them in, and then have just like a fake alien, just like in there, just like just fake it all up. Yeah, I think they should do that.
I imagine it's gonna be like Doom, like all the weapons that they have,
Oh,
like
fuck.
the big motherfucking gun when they and the
The
just
BFG.
BFG.
Yeah.
You just became Joe's best friend. Joe was like, "I love Doom."
Oh,
I love Doom. You
Marcus.
got so much props from Joe right now. He was like, "You like Doom too?"
Joe just switched it up like Marcus. Oh my god, you're so cute. You're so cute now.
Did I tell you how much I love your
I
glasses?
Oh my
I
God.
gave Joe side eye.
Kid like, "Hey, that's my man."
I'll take your man, bitch. It's Mr. Steal Your Man.
Oh, man.
And at that moment, I will say pause.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
God damn.
Can you I once trekked up to the Hollywood sign and had one of the personnel up there, because they have security up there, like
Yeah.
military security,
Oh yeah.
pointed a
Military?
fucking gun at me and was like, "You can't." Yeah, I took some girl with me up there. Like it was like 5 years ago.
No, you get jail time if you go up to the Hollywood sign. For
Yeah.
Sure.
And then he
Guaranteed.
was like, "I don't know how you're gonna get down, but you need to get down right now." And so I had to get the girl to hold on to me, like behind me, while I held on to this power cable that was protruding from the floor all the way down the side of the fucking hill.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw right through that, Phil. You're not Superman, all right? You just try to show. Yeah, I flexed on her a little
Power
bit.
cable.
I,
She held on for dear life as I came down there.
As I repelled down the side of the mountain.
Dude
One-handed.
legit had a fucking gun though, and like that military style outfit, man, with the bulletproof vest and the fucking
That's
boots.
crazy.
So can you imagine Area 51? That's Hollywood sign, man. Area
Wait,
51.
was it a gun or like a rifle?
It was
It was
rifle.
right. It was probably a rifle.
Yeah, rifle.
Yeah.
Assault rifle.
Military outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole rifle, everything, man.
But isn't
Fucking
the
Hollywood
Hollywood
signs
sign
and
haunted
military
as
signs.
well?
They
He
don't
literally told me, if you're not down from here in a couple of minutes, I will have the helicopters up here and they will have sniper scopes. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Threat level.
what is-
threat level?
Threat
Philly.
level midnight.
Wait, if that's the case, I really wonder how that guy did that for New Year's.
Yeah, remember when he changed
where you
the-
put Hollyweed.
Yeah.
How did
Yeah,
you do that?
I didn't even hear about that.
Wait,
I think I was in New York. No?
He would have
Oh,
to.
man.
He would definitely have to know.
He's one of
a-
he's
a
it's an
way to
inside
get
job.
in.
It's an
Oh,
inside
yeah,
job.
yeah. He had to know the way to get in.
was an
'Cause
inside
that's
job.
I mean, it's not like Fort Knox or anything like that, but it's serious
Why though?
I didn't know
because
that.
they don't want. I mean, it burned down once, and they don't want.
Yeah,
it's a
but
landmark.
military
It's a
grade
sign.
shit, like,
Because people
why
are
can't you just have
people.
one of those top flight security of the world guys,
Like
Or have
Keenan over
me.
there.
or have you?
Okay, yes. This actually segues into the last night.
Yeah,
Actually.
this is crazy.
So DJ Marcus Aurelius was out at the Phoenix. Yes, I'm talking to my
Third
colleagues
person
in a
over
third
here.
person here. And actually Keenan came through as he always does. And what awkwardly happened was Keenan decided to wear an all black outfit.
button up
And
shirt.
not just an all black outfit. He had a button up
Mhm.
and some like nice slacks with some I'm going to church shoes.
Yep.
And he's standing right next to me which is like the dance floor area, and
it's the area you're not supposed to be. Not no regular customers. You're supposed to
exactly.
stand at.
So he's like,
unless
he's
you work
chilling.
there, you stand
So
in that area.
when he got there, that's when things got like, that's when things started to pop off. Like the dance floor
As
was
usual.
full.
Oh,
Shut up.
See?
You're fooling yourself, sir. Fooling yourself.
I was trying to figure out what was going on, and then I remember we segued from the security. So
Yeah,
let's
yes,
see where
yes,
this goes. Let's see where
yes.
this goes.
Yeah.
So like he's standing there, he's got his water in his hand because once again, he's trying to save his pennies.
Yeah.
And like somebody comes up to him the first time, like, hey, excuse me, security, can you direct me to the bathroom? I was like,
Yeah, I was
should
like-
just call you security? Like, he's
I
like,
didn't know
yeah.
that.
He's like, I was like, you are wearing all black, man. You do look kind of suspect.
Mhm.
So as the party continues, more people come over and ask for directions to the bathroom.
At
But
least
the
8.
funniest thing was a fight broke out.
2 fights, by the way. 'Cause
It was
the
2
The
fights?
first fight, the security guard next to me walked off to go do something in the back room. So they were going down. That's when I got approached by 2 or 3 people asking me to break it up.
Yeah.
And the bartender asked me to come and break it up. And I was like, no, I work with him. I'm his friend. And she had to walk off and go find somebody. And then when the real security guard came back,
He grabbed you and he's like, come on, boy.
no, another fight broke out. And then-
security, Craig.
and I looked at him and was like, hey, man, there's a fight going on over there. Kind of like One Punch Man. I felt like an episode of One Punch Man where I'm just going, hey, there's something going down. And I'm just there drinking water because there's water next to the DJ booth.
Exactly.
And I asked the security guy to go handle it, which he wound up doing. But it was so funny because when the first fight happened, I thought it broke down. Nobody got kicked out or anything. But sure enough, I just had a feeling.
Oh, he said it wasn't over.
Yeah, that it wasn't over. And the next security, and then as soon as the security guard came back and stood right next to me, boom, a fight breaks out right in front of him, right in front of us. And I have to point him out. And then it was like 3-4 girls going at it. I swear. I saw everything go down.
Why was it so ratchet that night?
Because Marcus was playing the shit. He was playing the music.
Put some crunk in your system.
Hey.
No, I was. We were playing.
He's like, no,
But
it's
how does-
tough 80s.
It was a nice Billy Joel track that one of my favorites actually.
Found it in the crates.
It's just
hiding.
I was digging, Actually, they were playing like a twerking song, so I would think the ladies would be preoccupied with throwing that ass.
I
but
don't know who bumped into who or who stepped on who because no dudes were fighting. It was the girls that were going
The
crazy.
dudes were actually holding the women back.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, after Keenan was initiated into being security at the
Pretty
Phoenix,
much.
the bartender had came over. He's like, "Yo, man, I didn't even realize you were his boy." I was like, "Yo, I thought that was a shitty ass security guard. He won't do his shit."
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Keenan's nerd voice. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It's all cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
I worked as a security guard for like 6 years. I
I could see
fucking
that.
hated it.
But so you were in a booth all day. You didn't get a chance to. Did you walk around?
I've had like in those 6 years, I had probably
10 different security jobs.
yeah, and most of them were held at the same time because I was trying to make a lot. I thought back then, I thought the way to make money was to have lots of jobs at the same time. Quickly found out that's not true.
That is not
Nope.
true.
Nope.
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but I've had death threats.
Really?
I've had like
Because somebody went to get
I've had
in?
like dudes instead of saying like I will fuck you up, literally just say to me, I will fuck you. Like
and you're like, that's worse. Like, can you just fuck me
I
up?
was like, what? I've had
And he's like, well, it's been a while. Finally.
Start spreading my cheeks.
Get the KY, damn it. Let's get this shit cracking.
Keenan has it in his jacket pocket and shit.
Dangling.
Thought you-
Let's get this
thought-
going.
Travel packs.
Playful secrets.
I thought you'd never ask.
And I've had like racial slurs thrown at me like in my face with the management of the location right there too.
Hell no, man.
Where they were like, "That's why you're a dirty little brown Mexican," and I was like, "Yo," I got so heated. I was like, "Ooh."
I'm Puerto Rican.
and the fucking the manager knew, so he was like, "Come on, man," and like he just took me away because I don't know, I guess he saw me light up.
He clenched his fist a la Arthur.
The Arthur meme.
Oh,
That's
bro.
what it was like, man. That's
knuckled
what it was
up,
like, man. And I just thought to myself, I was like, "That's the ugliest
You get
fucking
it.
thing in
Yeah.
the world."
He's doing.
He was ready for that Goku power up.
He was. Yeah,
I'm glad you brought this up because we're gonna segue into our racist segment.
Oh, let's go. I'm ready for that. Right?
This is the portion where we get serious. Let's come on, guys, get the laughs out. We're
Everybody,
gonna get serious on some
Wait,
racism
did
shit.
something happen to you last
No,
night?
absolutely not, man.
Oh, you just
Yeah,
judged
something
him.
happened to his ass.
Oh, yeah,
and now
he
for him
did,
to show up after 9 o'clock.
We got reamed.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, his team. His
LAFC.
LAFC.
Where'd you guys post the videos like we declare war?
Yeah, pretty much.
He was posting tons
Oh
of
my
stuff
God,
on Instagram. Yeah.
That's why you guys got your asses
That's
kicked.
why,
Bro.
We just didn't have any defense.
You know what? I will say this though. I actually, when I see the videos, especially the one that you guys recently posted, LAFC looks like a good group of people, man. Like you guys are just out there having the fucking greatest time in the world.
Dude, we're the guys that even after we lost, like we started picking up our trash and grabbed trash bags
That's
ourselves
awesome.
and shit.
Pretty cool. That's awesome.
We're like we're those guys, you know? Like,
Yeah.
We're environmentally friendly fans. You know, we are very
Oh, no, we just
considerate of our
picked it up and
stadium.
just tossed it in the trash.
They threw it in some other.
If you
No
guys
recycling
haven't
in
incorporated as a nonprofit, you should totally look into that.
That would be
I don't
dope.
think-
501c. Yeah.
Can they
We're
do
a
that?
union, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, Area 51.
Damn, how did we get all the way back there? So,
I really wanted-
fuck talking soccer. We're gonna go talk about storming Area
Aliens and
51.
shit.
I need to sign the petition.
Yes,
so do
I
you
want
all.
to.
I
That's
encourage
so
that.
cool. I think it's really awesome that it's growing this crazy because we should have been more go getter. Like, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing there? You know, a long time ago.
Yeah,
Bro.
but I'm just gonna wait. You know, I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you guys do that and see what the result of it is.
I want to
wanna
see how many
live.
people get shot before I decide to go up.
Well, they'll bomb it for sure. And then there's all the radiation poisonings like that. You got to know where.
Well,
to
we
go.
I'm
don't
sorry.
know exactly what.
Yeah.
they're-
I'm sorry. If you think you could just walk up to Area 51 and just be untouched, like there's booby traps. I'm
Yeah.
sure, like you walk within a 5-mile parameter. There's got to be some code that you have to put
Oh,
in to
for sure.
avoid,
Like,
Yeah.
setting off
Oh,
a
yeah.
landmine
Yeah.
or possible like biological weapons that we have no
It's like a
idea.
whole underground city, right?
It
So
could-
Oh yeah,
it could very well be
It's
the
one of
entire
many.
state of New Mexico underground.
pretty much.
Like, don't even fucking front. Like, it could be a whole underground situation.
Because they launched.
Joe's
nukes.
like,
Wow. But that is one of the conspiracy theories of that's not just the one, that's one of many.
yeah, there's one in Utah. There's another one in Minnesota.
There's
There's
supposed-
Area 51's all over the place.
Well, yeah, there's supposedly underground tunnels that connect the entire United States.
Oh,
So literally you can go from like DC to here underground.
Oh, okay.
in
But that's just
probably less time.
Yeah.
the conspiracy theory. Please, if you don't hear from me after this podcast,
Oh, it's
Mike
bigger
is
than
just
that.
taken.
It's bigger than that.
Oh, it's huge,
Some
man.
of the Nazi leaders that have not been found to this day were said to have traveled to the Arctic.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Gartha.
you mean the South Pole?
Antarctica.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be there's a hole there.
Yeah.
There's like a whole like group of people that live there,
that live there.
like super albinos, the Aryan race, if you will.
But
Yeah.
they went too far with that and said that because they found a whole opening to the center of the planet, now
Yeah.
there's a whole underground
the
civilization.
hollow-
You know what?
hollow
It's
earth.
called
Yeah.
Agartha, man. It's
Yeah.
Agartha. Know your term. Know this shit, man.
And you know what makes it
Oh,
scarier
God.
is that government operation, that whole crew, they were the first ones and probably the only ones in history that we can think of that have publicly gone out and like they invested money into like investigating the metaphysical
Mhm.
and
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
Talking about the Nazis? Yeah.
all that shit that people think the Freemasons are about or this or that. They actually put money behind it and put it to the fucking test.
Right.
Well,
Well,
it was a
sorry.
it was a section of the Nazi party. It wasn't. I mean, they were doing their own thing.
Well, yeah.
I forgot the name of that group.
Yeah, you're right. But it was like the
The
men
Nish-
who stare at ghosts. on some shit.
Oh yeah, the men who stare at goats, and then
It was
at
like
the
on
end, he
some real
blows one
shit.
up.
Yeah. It
well,
was on
the
some
the
real
funny
shit.
thing about that is documented. Like there was an actual battle in Antarctica, and it's documented in U.S. government documents, like official shit, saying that this happened, and most people don't know about it. Right now, speaking of technology and out of this world kind of thing, I was just watched the documentary about Bob Lazar. Have you heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lazar.
We've
Yeah.
spoken about him on the.
Oh,
Several
man.
episodes. Yeah.
Bro.
If you would have listened, you would have known that. But whatever.
Oh.
I mean,
Shots fired.
Things just got awkward.
That glass is quite empty there. So there's no tea for you to
I
sip on.
thought we were quite transparent.
Well, coming from the person who doesn't know how to be punctual about their own podcast, I would think that.
Yeah, damn.
Hey,
a
hey,
virgin
hey.
kid, a virgin DJ can't tell me nothing.
Oh, this virgin DJ's been to 20 countries and had 20 styles of different pussy. So
I can't say
He's
that.
rolling out his record now.
I'm definitely able to say that I could take a year off.
You have one up me on that one.
Mr.
I
One
stand
Up
down.
over here.
I'm gonna quietly take a sip of my matcha green tea latte.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It actually really is.
I actually really enjoy it.
Hey, guys, it's nurturing to the palate. It's
Absolutely delicious.
Okay, question. When
All
you
right.
order your drink, do you ever like hear yourself as you ordered and go, fuck, that's what I ordered.
I think of, damn, I'm really Californian now.
Yeah. Well, tell us where you're from, actually.
I am originally
Dude,
from
we're
where.
segueing into all kinds of shit. You just talked about Bob Lazar, and then you're like, you want to know where he's from. Like,
I'm
what
just
the fuck?
giving the audience.
Well, I
the
thought
chance to know
you were
more
my
about
friend, so I thought you would know that.
I would, but I want the audience to hear from you.
Originally, I'm just giving you shit, man.
Oh, fuck everyone here.
I'm originally from where all the musical greats are, which is
Oh, shit.
Norfolk, Virginia, Hampton Roads,
Yeah.
Virginia, Virginia Beach, that area.
Okay.
Of course, Timbaland, Pharrell, Missy Elliott.
Okay.
Some.
Well, I just wanted the eyes to get a sense of who you are and where you're from. But yeah, Bob Lazar. We can talk about Bob Lazar.
I don't know
Yeah.
who the fuck Bob Lazar is.
He was.
How are you still alive on this planet, Philly?
Well,
I
it's
don't-
easy. I just give less fucks than everyone else.
Honestly,
Oh no, I give a lot of less fucks.
That's
I give
honestly,
like
true.
one fuck.
I did not know who Bob Lazar was 3 weeks ago until
Until you saw that documentary?
I saw the documentary on
Damn.
Netflix.
I knew Bob Lazar since like junior high.
What was the name of the documentary?
Bob Lazar.
Yeah. and Bob Lazar and Area 50 and something of Area. It's like a subtitle. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
remember the subtitle.
Yeah.
I know it's
Mhm.
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar.
It was the one where when we were talking. It's the same dude that was on the Joe
Joe
Rogan
Rogan
podcast
Experience.
next to Bob Lazar. And I was all excited talking on this podcast about how crazy it is that Joe Rogan is talking to Bob Lazar and how he's giving away information. But the crazy thing is, if you watch his the old documentaries
Yeah.
about him, he didn't admit, but you can tell by the tone of his voice and the look in his face that he took something from Area 51, which is why they raided his house several times.
Yeah.
And when he was on Joe Rogan, he pretty much did it again, where Joe asked, "Hey, did you keep some of that Element 15 kind of thing?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"I can't talk about it." It's like, dude, just say no if you don't have it. Now that you said I can't
Element
talk about it, it's like you
15.
obviously got it.
Yeah,
Well,
this is the element that defies gravity, I believe, correct?
When you introduce it with the high power of energy, it's like a
Yeah.
energy source.
It's like a catalyst.
This is the second time we talk about aliens. The previous guest we had on, because he was from Australia, we asked him like,
Ooh.
we were like, "Yo, you're not from the U.S., so you can tell us, right? Are there any aliens out there?" And he was like, "I mean, there probably are aliens." He like clearly, he was like, as good as guess as ours,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this Bob Lazar used to work at Area 51. That's the
He had-
implication there, right?
Yeah,
He
he
worked
had
at-
like some
yeah.
high clearance.
Mhm.
He was working directly with alien technology, but he kind of, I don't know, he goes back and forth in that documentary.
He does. I mean, the best part, they should have did some stuff early, but now he's older. He's memory loss and migraines and all that stuff.
That's a
But
great excuse.
yeah, he
Dementia.
I know. It's crazy because he worked there for quite some, about maybe a year or so. He didn't work there for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
But he was hired to work on the propulsion system because he built a rocket to his like Honda Civic or something like that. I forgot. It was like a cheapo car.
Oh, yeah.
So they noticed that.
He was Asian secretly.
Secretly Asian. Oh, maybe a little bit.
He got a facelift.
Yeah. But it's like if I saw somebody build like some awesome cool thing, I was like, "Hey, you want to help me out with some things? Like you obviously look like you're smart." So so they hired him like, "Hey, can you figure this out?" That's when we're talking about
I think I
how-
know who this is because
Yeah.
I saw another documentary where it was this guy that basically said he started his career in science because he wanted to solve problems. It was only until he started working with a company that was getting government grants that he realized that the government pays you to work on problems, not solve
them.
That's right.
problems.
And if you solve it, you keep your mouth shut.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
which is
USA.
fucking
Deep.
ridiculous, man.
Deep.
Yeah.
You know,
Like we already solved all the anti-gravitational and the fast and the fucking.
But
the
you'll
whole-
never figure it out.
Yeah.
that's why I
You
don't
never-
ask.
But my
questions,
true
man.
question is, how old is human civilization truly?
Oh, it probably goes way. We probably,
Because
yeah.
if there is alien technology and we aren't just being reintroduced to it, I mean, from what I've researched, and I feel like the human civilization has been here for possibly millions of years, and we were just dumb to like
Mhm.
blow stuff up. Like I feel like we're heading towards again
Mhm.
with nuclear weapons and not knowing how to manage us intelligently.
repeating cycles.
Yeah.
And shit.
Exactly, like the
Like-
Matrix.
Like the
I think it
Matrix.
was-
Yeah.
something like the Matrix.
This is the fifth build.
Mhm. And they're saying that Atlantis was a part of one of those
One of those
periods.
builds.
And when it all got destroyed, they create some powerful weapon, and then down goes that. And
Yeah.
now we pop out.
That Atlantis movie by Disney was fucking trash, bro. I was so disappointed.
You
Yeah.
like it?
It was okay. It was-
Milo?
You know which one I really
Yeah.
liked? Treasure Planet.
Speaking
Oh,
of Disney,
man.
speaking of Disney,
I know I'm not gonna go see that movie.
I
Oh,
saw
Lion
Lion
King?
King,
Yes.
and I personally was disappointed.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I mean, let me just put it to you in with just one simple example, which I think destroys so much. The guy who plays Scar.
Chiwetel
during-
Chiwetel.
Yeah, he's the guy who was
Agent
on
Four, yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's
I
the
haven't,
bad
I haven't
guy.
seen that movie yet. I need to.
Oh, you?
I know,
haven't
I
seen
know, I
Doctor
know, I
Strange?
know. Guys, just give me a second here. And so you remember the dope ass beat to that song that Scar sings,
Be
right?
prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All that shit, right?
yeah.
Dude, it's just dun, 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 dun. It's just strings doing that and him just talking, acting,
Yeah.
singing, talk, acting,
Yeah.
singing.
They
Da,
modernized
ba,
it.
da, da, ba, da, right?
Yeah.
And then just one note. Be prepared. Like that, like literally. Other than Beyonce, and then even she was like,
Yeah.
like I feel like I don't know if across generation singers have just gotten bad, or if the director of the movie purposely asked them
What's
to
all that?
not be good.
Yeah, director,
John
producer.
Favreau. It
All
was John
that-
Favreau.
Because the singing was subpar, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
the whole reason I
Director.
even remember The Lion King, aside from the Mufasa scene, you know, and I'm not spoiling anything. Everybody
Yeah,
has seen
yeah.
fucking Lion King.
Yeah.
Other than that, is like how fucking animated the songs were and how like into it was. I mean, Hakuna Matata was still the best number, but
Mhm.
fuck.
Well, that's what
On it?
Disney's
In this
known
one?
for their cartoon musical movies. Not so much their
Exactly.
live action stuff.
And that's why I was so disappointed.
You'd be surprised though, because Aladdin was the shit, man.
Really?
Really?
Aladdin
I thought
was
you thought. I
dope.
thought
I
it was
didn't
like
see
if.
No, I told you it took me about 30 minutes to kind of like get used to Will Smith as a genie.
Yeah.
But after that, Aladdin was dope.
I'm
Even the
disappointed,
musical
man.
numbers were sick.
Okay.
I mean, I heard some of the genie song when he actually unveils, Will Smith as the
Mhm.
genie, and that did sound cool. That was a dope way to reinvent that
Yeah,
song.
to fit Will
Yeah,
Smith's style.
exactly. But I was always iffy about the Lion King
Dude.
because the original has very memorable melodies.
There's
Like
Gang of Swag.
you
in it.
could definitely just pull those out of the back of your head.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be hard to come by again, especially, if you're, because that's what I think they did. They really tried to base it on the talent that's out here now. And like just, we have this actor and this actor and this supreme
Yeah.
actor, but they all have to play as a team.
Yeah.
Like just like on an NBA team, if the chemistry's not there,
Yeah.
it's
Dude,
not going to be good.
the Timon character sang better than the Simba baby character.
Yeah, that's Billy Eichner. He's a sick ass singer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a comedian. But
Yeah.
he also sings.
the kid,
so.
like the kid singer, didn't hold a candle to Jonathan
Wait,
Taylor
so-
Thomas. Man, I'm sorry, they
Wait,
barely
Jon-
held.
I don't think
notes.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas sang.
Was it? That
He
wasn't
didn't
it?
sing,
I think he just did
had
the
a- he
voice.
had a-
Okay, well, it
Yeah.
sounded very
All
similar.
I'm saying is
So
they
you
had
think I Can't
time.
Wait to Be
Yeah.
King wasn't.
It
good?
was trash, dude. Honestly, my
Damn,
opinion, like
that's one of my favorite songs.
I know,
dude.
me too. And they can't even hold
Yeah.
notes out. Like hardly anyone holds a fucking like a
Mm.
like they're like their harmonies are like super tucked under and like it's like Disney's all about the fucking harmonies being all
Yeah,
in your face, right? Like
Mm.
honestly, when the Scar moment happened, I looked around like to see if I was the only one who was like.
What
And
the fuck
everyone
is
in the
this?
theater, you could just feel the energy. Like everyone was like,
Oh.
like
What
kind
is
of
this?
pushed back into their seat. Like,
You should go to the live
Well,
show.
it's the updated version.
Yeah.
So
Which is what it is. Yeah.
in summary, we can all wait to be king.
Yeah. I mean, okay,
we
look,
can all
that's,
wait
that's,
to be the Lion King. You're right.
That's just my opinion. though.
Ta-da.
That's just my opinion, because I would love to hear that "Gotta Say One Jump Ahead of the Breadline" is fucking still in
It was
line.
good. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
good. They added a song that Jasmine sings, and it's fucking
Because
nice.
Jasmine never sung in the
I know,
original
but
line,
she
right?
is fine, so I would
Jasmine
want to
sung?
sing.
Yeah.
Just that one part where like they're both looking at fucking like
Oh,
one's
that's
looking at the
right.
palace, the other
Yeah,
one's looking
yeah,
out. And they both say,
No, a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Oh, but
That's what I was
the
thinking.
other
The
one-
whole-
Oh,
yeah.
Joe's face is like, how can you forget that? This is a very pivotal moment in the movie.
Exactly.
Oh my
It
God.
was a turning point.
I cried. I cried in that.
There was a couple people who called me and they were like, I just saw Aladdin and all I could think was like Philip should have done that. And I was like, what? I would have been tight.
that would have been
dude.
hilarious.
That would have been tight.
I would have
I
had
don't know.
mad
The guy
love
that
for
did it
you.
was pretty good.
My own flesh and blood.
Damn.
And you know what makes it worse is that I once went on my way to audition at Disneyland to be Aladdin. I had already gotten the audition. I was on my way out, and I had a BMW at the time that was total trash. Like I spent like $1,000 on it when I bought it, right? So like it wasn't gonna last very long. And the day that I'm going, I even left early because I got to go back to work later. I'm like hitting the gas. I get on the 10 freeway from La Brea and like close to Adams right there, that 10 freeway. And as I'm going out, so I can head out to Anaheim or wherever the fuck Disneyland is, I can't even remember now. I haven't been there
It's
since.
Anaheim. It's still there.
Yeah, Buena Park.
My fucking transmission goes out just as I'm transitioning over to the fast lane, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like my car, like I'm pushing and it's not going.
That's the creepiest feeling.
Dude.
That's weird.
You know, from there I was kind of asked out. Didn't go to the audition. Had to.
Didn't go back to work.
It was a shit day.
Damn.
I like how you planted that context clue in there. You know,
No.
paid $1,000 for the car. You know,
It was nothing.
It's nothing. So you
It was
know
nothing.
what's about to happen.
It was a throwaway situation.
Car was shit, and that day when I had to be there, it showed me that it was shit.
Yeah, it worked just fine up until that very fucking day, man.
Well, what's it like trying to get in the music industry for you since you're a DJ? Because you came to LA to continue the DJ stuff, right?
Exactly. I think to be honest, it's more of a mental game. And I've been here for 4 years. I actually came here with the inkling that I was going straight into the industry. I had a friend at the time who was working at Atlantic Records. I had met another guy who had a contact to Coachella. And I was like, all right, man, like I'm moving to LA. This is about to really happen. Like the moment I've been waiting for a long time.
They gassed it up.
Man. So
That's LA for you.
You got
I wouldn't
here.
even-
He's
I wouldn't-
actually an intern in Atlantic. You know,
I
the
would
guy at the Coachella just builds the stage, doesn't really do anything. Like, you know.
I would say they gassed it up, honestly. I believe the universe works in very mysterious but purposeful ways. And the way it happened was
What happened? What?
Here we go.
Thank you for that. My connect, and I'm gonna kind of oust him because
That's cool. Fuck him.
it's not a business podcast.
It's not fuck him. It's just I want him to be aware, even on a public level, that he has a bad look in the public eye. His name's Tommy Hits. He's a really dope producer. But his energy wasn't sketchy. It was finicky, you know. It was
As soon as you got out here.
yeah. And so I would have problems with him because I'm very calm most of the time. And I'm very respectful to anybody because I want that same respect.
Give him back.
And we just start, in my eyes, we bumped heads because the way he treated people, I would feel embarrassed.
Oh, I know what it's like to be around people.
And
like
I'm
that,
like,
I'm sorry, Philly.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm like, I'm really so like I can
you
recall a
said they're
specific
thinking,
moment.
I'm never hanging out with this motherfucker
Right.
again.
I recall a particular moment where we're out and we're leaving a garage and he's fussing at the lady and I'm in the car behind him watching it all happen. And I have to pull up behind him and approach this lady like, listen, I'm really sorry. I saw everything that transpired. That's actually supposedly one of my friends and you didn't deserve that disrespect. And so she's like, I know. And she's on the verge of tears. Like, so imagine that energy being around you when you're trying to create and you're trying to go to the next level. It's just like,
You don't ever want that kind of energy around.
yeah, man. I mean, I got a lot of love for that person, but it's just like, I had to go my separate ways. Like, I had to do what's
Nothing
right
is
for me.
worth keeping that kind of company. That's
Exactly.
for sure.
And
That's
it
for
was-
fucking sure.
And it was worth me doing that because in my time here in LA, I had the luxury of DJing next to MC Light. And I recalled that they did a project together. And what was embarrassing, once again, this is after the fact that I've separated, was that, oh yeah, I worked with that guy. I don't think I would ever work with him again. He had a really piss poor attitude. And I was like, damn, bro, like that's MC. That's a lady hip hop legend. Like,
Of course.
how are you so tainted to even get that person to say nah? So that was the one half that fell to shambles. But once again, I really respect the universe for doing that for me. And then the other part, which I don't really think it had momentum, but it was just me being hopeful and was the guy that was supposed to introduce me to the head honcho. Oh, sorry. The head honcho of Coachella. And we meet up. He's from Australia because I had just did a run in Australia with my old job as a cruise ship DJ. And we get here in LA, we're in Beverly Hills talking, like typical, like, oh yeah, like
That's LA, yeah.
Typical
Here-
Hollywood.
here we go. We're
Yeah.
about to go. This is about to be like, oh, hey, yeah, man. Like, I couldn't get in touch with him, but it's good to see you. I want to chat it up with you. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. I look forward to seeing you next time. Next time comes, hey, Marcus, my wife's pregnant. We're not moving to LA. I'm going to stay in Australia. And I'm still not going to introduce you to that guy. So I was just like, so life has taken
That's
like
LA, man.
a really weird twist.
Mm.
And I would say it's all for the better because in that time, it's just like I've revamped what it is to be M. Aurelius or Marcus Aurelius and that sound and just learning more to embrace and, hold on to what I feel sounds like me versus what I was trying to do when I first got here, which was, okay, I got to mimic this guy so we can make these kind of hits and, possibly be on the Billboard charts when that was never really my goal from the very beginning. From the very beginning, I simply wanted to always be in touch with my inner child and create because I felt it was freeing and it was liberating and it was something that just I like to do. And I wanted to teach my nieces and nephews and, soon my kids one day that you have to do something that you like or love so that it's not work. It's just you living. So yeah, that's
Okay.
Nice.
That's
how it all happened.
I like how you
Fuck with
took
it.
it to the next level there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No,
So
yeah.
did anybody, so the high hopes you had when you came to LA, because I usually ask this for people who are not from around here.
Yeah.
Did you know or been informed at any point in your life the craziness or the dumbness or the backstabbingness or all the down stuff about LA before
Got
coming
how
here?
cutthroat it is.
I did. I was well aware of what I was walking into. It's a big city. Like you find that anywhere where there's ambition, people are trying to attain certain things in their life and reach certain goals. And some people are willing to do anything for that goal or for that position or for that car or for that mansion. Even not literally, but they're willing to sell their souls, just to say, oh, okay, I attain this physical thing that really won't matter within the next, 5 to 75 years from now.
Exactly.
So I was well aware of that. And I'm rooted in Catholicism. That was my foundation. But I can say that in my time away from home that I kind of evolved spiritually. And that just never really attracted me. Yes, don't get me wrong. I would like a Mercedes. I would like a decent home so I can raise a family in it. But that's not all me. Like that's just.
I do remember us talking
Pardon
about that
me.
the last time we linked up prior to this at our buddy's birthday party, Andrew, and you had mentioned actually that you wanted to start a family. That's like something that's like a goal of yours.
Yeah,
You were looking at the kid and you were like, oh man, look at that kid, man.
Shows
Shit,
like
man.
you may not want that.
Hey man, I ain't say shit.
No,
There's a half truth in it.
I'm well aware of the burdens of children, but I really do, man. I'm at that point in my life where
which is crazy.
I want that
because I can never say that. That's why I have to ask. Like how is that? Where is that coming
Philly
from?
gets all the women. It's so weird.
Okay,
It's the opposite.
not to go so deep, but I'm gonna go deep because no, my biggest thing is being honest with myself and honest with the world.
You can be honest, dude.
Of
This
course,
is coming out party, guys.
All right.
I'm here and I'm
we
queer,
go.
guys. Find me in West Hollywood.
There is at least
Pull
one
over.
person who
Pull
heard
over.
this that didn't think it was funny.
They're like, yo, that is so rude. That is so politically incorrect. Yo, I don't care if it's politically incorrect. That's whatever.
Funny.
It's,
Have a sense of humor.
yeah.
But real talk, my dad left when I was 2.
Okay.
And I guess I had to be the man of the house at an early age, which I didn't really comprehend that. But it was something that I took on. Like, I was getting beat up by older guys because I was trying to defend my sisters. And, my mom's ex-husband was awkward. So I still had to step up in some way. And I think my first child raising experience is when my sister had a kid and she was still at home. And though I wasn't the guy that was like, all right, sis, I got it. I'm going to wake up at 3 a.m. when she's crying. It was still like, I felt like I had contributed to raising my first niece. And, I guess that sense of family and that like made me want to create a family. Even at a very young age, I set high goals for myself. Like, I really want to be at this point at this time so that my child will never have to understand what that feels like. So the desire comes from a long time ago. And yeah, man, the older and older I get, the stronger and stronger it is. Like, awkwardly enough, last night, how we were talking about clairvoyancy and premonitions, I've awkwardly enough had a dream of my first child and their name and my wife and where we are.
Really?
What's your kid's name?
Noah.
Noah.
That's crazy.
All right.
Like, I remember it as if it were a memory. So it trips. I still welt up a little
Maybe
bit.
it
when
already happened.
Yeah, maybe it is me.
Your consciousness not just
In the
hasn't gotten there
multiverse.
yet.
It did. Maybe,
Well, that
string
goes-
theory.
that
you
goes-
know?
Well,
something,
time isn't linear.
It's is time anything at all?
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
My head.
I definitely have a theory on that, but I want to make sure we finish up with Marcus real quick. So the family you're hoping to have, is there you want to have a couple of kids or just one kid or just
I'm aiming for 3 to 4.
okay.
3 to
Fam-
4
like a family
kids.
thing.
God damn.
He's trying to play some basketball.
Hey,
Well,
hold
that
on,
shit
man.
like
That's
in
3
one
or
swoop,
4.
like-
We're not talking about 7 to 11. Like, I'm not saying I'm not.
Shoot for triplets or quadruplets. Just have them all at the same time.
See,
man.
that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, having 4
that's-
children at different ages is dangerous.
hey, man, listen. There's gonna be one old enough to take care of the rest of them, so me and mom can go smack
Okay.
cheeks in another place. Hey, baby.
I don't know if it's because I'm one of 18 siblings, plus all of them are starting to have kids, and I've raised a couple of my siblings myself, like maybe
Right.
5 of them. I don't know if it's because of that, but it's just everybody's having kids, man. And I love them all, but at this point, I can't keep track of birthdays. There's no way I could buy everybody
Bro.
birthday gifts.
Yeah.
That's I think that's why I'm so averse
Yeah.
to
'Cause you already-
having my own, because I've already had
Pretty much.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
I
all
get that.
You know what I mean?
I can really understand that
Yeah,
because
I wish that I could. I wish I could be like that. I could look at them and be like, yeah, I want to have a kid.
But why would you wish to go against who you naturally are?
That's because I don't want shit from anyone for anything. I just want to
Exactly,
be alone with my books and my
That's
knowledge.
porn.
If he could just fuck and have a kid and not have to deal with the kid, he'd probably be happy.
Yo, speaking of porn, I recently got to hentai porn. Like,
Hey.
Joe has some experience with this.
It's like kissing a baby, not a baby,
bro,
It's like a baby butthole.
yo, what is going on, yo? You know,
like kissing a butthole.
this dude is over here. What's my guy, Jeff Epstein? You hanging out with him
Jeff
lately?
Epstein. Damn. We're getting into the whole child pornography ring over there too, man. That's a thing.
That,
it is,
bro. I'm not gonna
Jeff
even.
Epstein is.
I
Part of
can't
that
even
whole
go into that.
situation.
I literally know some things about that I can't talk about, but just know Like it's bigger than you think it is.
Oh,
It's
no, I
huge.
think it's pretty big already.
There's pretty much what a lot of people say is that a lot of Hollywood is based on child pornography or that
man.
child.
That just
very
breaks
the
my
term,
fucking heart.
But
man.
you know what's that? Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman was a big advocate of like, hey, you guys got to understand what's going on behind the scenes in Hollywood. You know, it's like,
Well, let's think like this. You
How
know,
did the Me Too movement happen before that?
yeah.
What
Well,
the fuck?
there was none, right?
my thing is like the whole Michael Jackson case.
Mm-hmm.
Let's exponentialize that. That's happening on a mass level where these parents get so just like, I guess, wooed by
Starstruck.
stardom and like fame and like, oh, my kid can be the next thing. Sure, you can be in a room, you know, by yourself with this weird man who's gonna make you a star.
Mm-hmm.
What
Without
happens
a
on-
problem, without batting an eyelash.
And I bet you he's just the front of it. I bet you all of his producers, executives, all those people behind the scenes that that give Michael Jackson the paycheck that they signed the paycheck for are been doing it for years, long before he has. He probably learned
they
it.
probably did it to
And-
Michael.
Yeah.
They
Ooh.
probably, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
deep.
The whole family. I mean, they probably picked it up from the people who did it from them and continued it on.
He said the whole family.
It's the
Damn.
saddest fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
How like I can't even believe.
But
like-
just think that you're just speaking on Hollywood. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
This
it's
is around the world.
bigger than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's much bigger than that. And I don't know how I came into this information,
Mhm.
but sometimes
I can neither confirm nor deny that I even have it.
that's very true.
But yeah, it is heavily, especially around the world. It's almost not I want to say common, but it's very
It's fucked up, man.
it's crazy because I mean I'll hear stories about things that happen in Russia.
It's the
and
best
Ukraine,
kept secret.
and
Well,
and
Well, it's common practice in
Yeah.
other countries still to be able to wed with a child,
Mhm.
with a little
Mhm.
girl.
yeah,
And that is outlandish to me. But we also have to think, just to play devil's advocate, if we are going to stick true to the human anatomy and biology, that you want to get a young wife so she can be fruitful and
Mhm.
give you child after child after child. But at the same time, we don't allow kids to be kids. And also against that, we don't allow adults to be accountable as adults.
right.
So, like, for example, this Jeff Epstein guy, he's not being, he's one of the first to be held accountable. That is a white Jewish guy.
I was saying,
awkwardly enough.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's not. I mean, I am not shocked when I hear about some old white man doing something pretty horrible and getting away with it for a long period of time.
Bro.
It is
Did
not
any of-
shocking.
Did
to
any
me.
of the guys from the Vatican or any fucking of those people ever get charged
Nope.
for any of that
Nope.
shit, man?
they're
What are they
yeah.
above the law because they fucking believe in God?
They take care of
They-
it internally
Yeah,
because the church is its own power.
and then say, "Oh, we didn't find anything."
And then your Pope,
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
a few things like, oh, this is a serious problem. Like there are actual, it's not a covenant, that's witchcraft.
Covenant.
What is the actual place where nuns and friars and
where they gather.
Okay, so the nun
Yeah.
house.
the nun
Nun-
house, like
Aren't they
they're
covenants? I think
actual
they're
I thought,
covenants.
cases.
I thought it's a covenant.
I think they are
Is it-
covenants.
They're covenants? Okay.
So
Where it's reported that like priests are in there just like going to town on these women.
No
And
way.
like it's trippy to me
Mhm.
because in the Catholic faith, if you don't know this, listeners, priests are married to the church, so they are not allowed to engage in
Have
sexual
wives, yeah,
activity. They're not allowed to have wives or girlfriends, and that's where the whole awkward perversion is, where they step out of themselves and do unspeakable things.
because they're going against their own nature, they gotta fuck. We as
Hey.
humans have to fuck, and when you like cut that off,
Just to play devil's advocate.
or at
here.
least rub one out.
just if these priests and shit are married to the church,
Technically, they could bang
covenant
the
covenant
nuns, huh?
is the church.
Oh,
The nuns are
No, no.
That's Joe. Joe could be that.
Joe, no.
Joe would be that guy. He'd be like,
Don't,
"Yo, baby, I
I'm
hear you're
just
marrying
saying,
the
baby.
church
I'm
too."
just saying, baby.
Baby, let's take off our tunics
Fuck
and
a
let's
little
get
nun
to
here and there, you know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing though, like, dude, just rub one out, man. Like, don't go around touching people.
but you're not supposed to
But
do
that's
that,
a sin
right?
too.
That's a mortal sin.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm gonna
Then
be
I'm
honest.
sinning 3 times a day, every day.
I just sinned this morning.
Whoa.
I mean,
Damn, dude. Are you stroking like that with your hand?
Yes, he is. Like I rap it like this, and I'm like ba ba ba.
So
one's on the tip and then one's on the
God.
yeah.
the shaft. Ba ba ba.
Oh man.
that's very
He
distinct.
showers
I mean, I know a lot of people aren't
It's like
open,
that anime porn.
I know a lot of people aren't open about this, but like I kind of fall in line with the way Christopher Hitchens thinks, which is like
Christopher Hitchens,
I'm
yeah.
technically I'm borderline atheist. Like it's not, and it's mostly because of the religious organizations more so than the actual practice of connection to something greater than myself.
Right.
And I say something greater than myself, not some leader that's greater than myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't
I
want
feel that.
anyone dictating my own actions or anyone taking responsibility for the things that I need to be taking responsibility for. But I do believe that a lot like with Christopher Hitchens, like the number of crusades, just if we look throughout history that the Roman Catholic Church had taken place upon, like it would just slaughtered shitload
They
of
took
people.
land, they took money, they
know what
took
I mean?
everything.
Well,
And then not
what
only that.
what they still are doing
Yeah.
is the crazy thing. So I'm sorry, continue your thought.
No.
I really want to hear it.
Go ahead. You're the guest. I want to hear this.
No, like, but it's
Ain't no
what,
fucking guest here. He's just talking with us. This isn't a fucking interview, guys. Don't forget that shit.
Says the guy who would fuck the nuns if
and
they're
you
married.
Says-
Each
said the
every
hater.
one of them.
And you called him a
the
special
hater.
guest in the beginning.
You guys have to see what that looks like. In
Well,
person.
do you know the in Roman history triumvirate, right?
Mhm.
The three.
Nope.
So there were supposedly three generals, like three major generals in three different places.
You would know this. You have to know this.
He used to
Of
be an
course.
emperor.
I was-
He
I
an
was-
emperor.
If you didn't know this, you
I
He
was-
could-
said, in my past life, I was actually Marcus Aurelius.
Well,
Probably
I'm
could
just
be.
a fan of,
Yeah, it's
and
you.
I gotta tell you the origin story of why I chose that name.
Well, he wasn't the best emperor, but he
He's
was
one of
one
the
of
last-
the good ones.
It's titled as he was one of the last. There's
Yeah.
the last five good
Mhm.
emperors, and he's one of those last five.
And he was heavily into mathematics and philosophy. And
His philosophies.
Yeah.
and
dope.
weed,
Yeah.
man.
I don't
He
know
smoked
about
the
that
shit,
part.
I know.
No,
Yeah.
that's partially why I chose the name, because I actually read his writings.
Oh, yeah.
And it was at that point in
Stoicism,
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at that point in time when I was having to decide a name. So I was like, I don't want to just be like DJ Badass or like
DJ Little.
or like
Oh, yeah.
music
Little-
producer,
yeah.
like Marcus something more like, Philly Phil. Like, no, it's
Hey,
like,
hey,
no
hey,
offense.
hey,
No
hey,
offense.
hey,
No offense.
hey,
No,
Shots fired.
Hey,
Pew, pew,
hey.
pew, pew, pew,
no
pew.
offense. It was
But,
just like,
yeah.
it was just a connection that I was just like, I feel something with that name, and I vibe with that. But to go back to what I was talking
Mhm.
about,
The
that
triumphant.
the idea of the triumvirate is still in existence, where to start the first branches, the United States never really, got its independence from Britain. It's just told to you in written history that, oh yeah, you guys fought for your independence. You got it in 1776, and yay, Britain. They acknowledge it. Now you guys are friends. That shit's not necessarily true. And then on the other aspect of that, the correlation from Britain to the Vatican. So I'll shorten it up here. What it is that the Vatican, of course, is the church, the state, all in one. What Britain is supposedly the bank, and what we as the United States we are the fist.
Yeah.
We're the military. So whenever we're told, or the Vatican say, okay, I want this to happen, then it comes straight to us. We execute the order.
Mhm.
And yeah.
So yeah, didn't you see? Remember the documentary I told you about, End of the Road: How Money Became Worthless?
Yeah.
They show in there about our central banking system and and how our finances are really fucked up. But it's not. We didn't establish that. It was not the Rothschilds. What's that group?
The Rothschilds. They own everything.
Is
right
it the
now.
Rothschilds? It's the
They have-
the royal family in London, in Britain.
Currently right now?
No. God damn it! It's not. Is it? Shit. There's a group. There's a family group that
Rothschild.
It's the
It's
Rothschilds.
the
man.
Rothschilds that owns all the banks. and stuff like that.
They have
And they created centralized banking?
Yeah, they infiltrated the world and like
Yeah,
took
the,
over.
the red shields.
Yeah. Definitely
Boom.
try and find that documentary, End of the Road: How Money Became Worthless. It used to be on Netflix. I would say pretty much the best documentary I've ever seen. to open your mind up to ideas you never really thought about before.
Maybe you never really thought about it.
Suck my dick.
You would like
Think
that,
about
wouldn't you?
that.
I know. I haven't had it sucked in a while. Can I just get like a lick? Can I just get like a just a quick tap of your tongue on the?
Okay.
He was like, better yet, just grab a baby wipe and just touch the tip.
And in Keenan's mind, I wish you really would.
He's like, let me just slam my dick on your tongue, just like one time.
Look, it sound like meat
Keenan?
hitting the table.
Stop looking at that bowl of grapes, Keenan.
Where is the bowl? Oh, there's the grapes.
We never
Is that
opened
the
the grapes.
size of your nuts? Is that why?
Oh, pause, man. Whoa.
I'd imagine they'd be a little bigger. I don't know, maybe.
That whole thing, that'd be borderline elephantitis, bro. What the fuck?
That's cancer, bro.
You need to get that looked at. You got a ball sack that
It's
big.
like, that
bro.
looks like you piss on a regular. Every 5 seconds.
No one here is big enough, like
have balls like
physically,
that?
to have balls that big.
Bro.
I wonder if
I'm not saying you
there
guys
has to be
ain't.
an
I'm just
animal.
saying. I'm just saying. That's
That's
a
borderline
big-
elephantitis. That's deformity.
That is butchly, sir.
Yeah.
Butchly balls.
I'm walking
Speaking of
around
balls.
like this. Yes, balls.
Can
Oh
you
my!
get pink eye?
Wait, can you get pink eye from balls?
Keenan got pink eye.
My text. So late at night. Oh man, I'm gonna ruin myself right now.
What is
Keenan
this
has
about to happen?
single-handedly destroyed his reputation
I'm
on
gonna,
this podcast.
I'm gonna destroy my reputation right now. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Some of you are
welcome.
I wrote
tearing
it.
up. That's how funny this is.
What
So,
happened? What?
So one night, I was just watching TV, and I figured
I just remembered reading a text that Keenan had sent.
I figured we're guys.
Okay. I'm actually getting nervous about the.
I know.
Keenan, what did you do?
Come out with it, boy.
Come now. Speak up on yourself.
Spit that shit out, man.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys the brief.
Keenan literally can't even say it.
So Keena was chilling, just watching TV, vegging out. He scratched his balls, gave a little stir over there, and he was like, have you bathed yet?
He took a
What's this
sniff.
smell like?
He took a
Oh
sniff.
God!
Forgot he had the fucking ball sweat on his finger, rubbed his eyes.
And he got pink eye. But what makes it funny is that he hits us up and he's like, "Can you get pink eye from rubbing your ball?"
He immediately was like, oh shit, I have ball sweat on my fingers.
Oh God!
Oh, that story will forever live in fame in my life.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
You heard it here first, folks.
I feel like that's like an episode of Jay Chappelle or Dave Chappelle when he's like Lil Jon. He's like,
Pretty much.
have you ever scratched your balls, rubbed your eye, and got pink eye?
Fingers on your eyes when you.
Now that I've
Ball sweat.
composed myself, technically yes, I gave a little scrape, sniffed it, then my eyes started hurting like 5 minutes later, and I was like, oh shit.
That
What
tells me that
kind
your
of
ball
shit
sweat is
stain?
toxic.
Bro, wait, time out. What kind of shit stain on your balls do you have? You said 5 minutes, and I
It was very potent. It's been there for a
fucking
while.
Resident Evil.
Fucking biohazard.
We need some powerful herbs for this.
Oh my god, bro.
The Resident Evil herbs. Mix the red and the green one.
Oh man. Can you see his eye like mutating right now? He's like, what's that?
Nemesis starts coming out. Oh shit!
Fuck you guys. Fuck.
Shit starts making like dinosaur noises from your eye.
Fuck us. Fuck your eye.
No, man, fuck your dirty ass balls. That's what.
Oh man!
Keenan, when
Oh,
you're
my
showering,
God.
just remember to wipe the
Scrub,
gooch.
yeah.
Gucci.
Wipe
The
the
gooch.
gooch, man.
No, it was
That's
His Keenan's gooch already has the Area 50 whatever story.
Full circle, ladies and gentlemen. That was talent right there.
Radiation levels
True
are high.
talent.
I already got it. I don't know why you're storming it. Dude. I already.
He's gonna go in the group. Hey guys, whatever you're looking for, I got it over here in my gooch.
Fucking petri dish over there.
Like, you hear the X-Files play as he takes off his pants.
A little green man comes out.
Oh shit!
Can you imagine what the listeners in the car are thinking right now?
No,
Oh,
ladies
man.
and gentlemen, this is a very awkward conversation for the last hour. Very sentimental moments, but also very, very.
I'm glad we got that.
I think what makes it funnier is how hesitant Keenan was to finish the story.
Oh my god!
He was like,
I thought he was gonna like lick his finger or something.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
he was like,
Jeez.
ooh. And then just forgot all about it. So he had to rub his eyes.
Dude, I've never physically like scratched my direct balls like that. That
Really?
in itself.
I've totally done that.
I think-
I'll admit.
I've done it.
That's
I've
a
done it
rite of
right before
passage.
it. I've done it like if like you
But
know.
you're smart.
if
Because
I'm
then
in
you
the
got no
bathroom-
pink eye.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
my forgetful ass would have done the same thing. I probably would have been all up in my nose and shit.
I've
Where
been
did all
doing
this
it. And I'm
sodium
like,
come from? Himalayan salt.
Oh shit, let me save some of that bacon. Vegetarian lifestyle over here.
Oh, shit. Kid is like, shit, I'm out of salt. What am I going to cook with?
Straight.
Oh man, that's disgusting. Your shit sounds like you're scraping across asphalt.
Jeez.
Oh god. All right.
So let's talk about R. Kelly. huh?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of balls.
Speaking of balls and little kids,
Drip,
Jesus.
drip, drip. It's on you.
Have you guys seen the fucking Twitter videos that he's uploading?
Wait,
No.
What?
R.
He's
Kelly,
uploading-
no, my bad.
No,
That's
no.
OJ Simpson.
That's OJ.
OJ, yeah,
Oh.
he's doing some wild shit.
OJ.
Oh my god.
Do you
No,
believe he
but-
did it?
Of
Do you think he did
course.
it?
R. Kelly or OJ?
No,
Oh,
OJ.
oh,
OJ
we
definitely
know
did it. Everybody
R.
knows
Kelly
it.
did it. Like
Yeah,
I
the
saw the
video.
video when I was like 14.
I remember that. That girl was like dancing. He
Well,
literally.
dude, but now they have like 20 videos.
Like different
he's
videos
like
or
he's
same
like
one?
married
videos.
to two
Are you
little girls right, at the
serious?
same
Yeah.
time.
Well,
Well,
he was
yo,
married
he
to
married
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah,
Yeah,
dude.
but when
She was only like 15 or 16 years old.
Huh? Got legal rights from the parents. That's the whole thing you were talking about
It
earlier.
sucks
The
though
parents are
because
like,
Chocolate
go
Factory
ahead.
was dope.
Back, forth and forth.
PT
Chocolate
too,
Factory.
dude.
You want to take a?
PT
Do you want to
too.
take a ride in my Jeep?
Yeah.
That is some creepy ass shit right there. You think about that lyric? Do you want to take a ride in my Jeep?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, it's just imagine him, the context of the full story as he's pulling over. Hey, you remind me of my Jeep. You want to get in?
TP2.
Jesus.
TP2.
Hey,
I mean,
AJ
his
nothing but a
producer
number.
name is
Mm.
Pied Piper, bro.
Wait,
that's
his-
true.
What?
That is,
The
yeah.
Pied Piper.
The
yeah.
Pied Piper.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is the
Pied,
story
Pied
of the Pied Piper? Alluring little kids and
Yeah,
rats.
old dude.
And
And
he
it-
insisted on being the producer for B2K.
isn't the real story of the Pied Piper like he would take him to a cave and like kill
He
them
would-
or something
he
like
would,
that?
take
Or-
the kids.
yeah, he would
Yeah.
take the kids.
He's been leaving clues everywhere, bro.
Well, the fact that it's not even clues.
Say,
It's like
he's like, I've been
I'm-
leaving a breadcrumb of clues.
I've
breadcrumb
really been
trails.
doing this for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why
You
you're
haven't picked up on it.
like, what is the problem
He's like,
here?
why is this a surprise to any
I
of
know.
you?
See, that's the whole thing.
Might as well just let me do my thing.
He probably picked it up from
I'll
his,
keep making some dope music.
his managers and producers were probably all those rich white people doing some heinous shit and getting away with it.
Here's the thing. His team is the one who ratted him out.
Yeah, his team, but not the people above him didn't rat him out. His
Right.
team that are like, the people up top
Yeah.
who if you can get away with murder, you will, and you'll.
I mean, I hear the rap
nobody
game
stop
is
it.
no different, bro.
Yeah.
One of our friends, we know him. I don't know if Marcus has ever met Brian. He was telling me about how his boy got hit up by. Oh man, I don't want to get the rapper wrong, but it was someone.
You say
like-
rapper X.
yeah, rapper X, famous rapper, like big following, whatever. Hit up Brian's boy like on SoundCloud and was like, yo, what's good. And he was like, oh, chilling. He was like, yo, he gave him a shout out on Twitter. He was like, what? Shout out. He's like, yeah, thanks, man. We really fuck with you, man. We really fuck with your shit. And so they exchanged information. And eventually he was like, hey, man, we're trying to put you on. But are you trying to get put on? And like it eventually led, like he's got the screenshotted messages and everything, man. Like he legit, like this rapper X, more contemporary, fairly recent. within the past, I don't know, 6-7 years.
I was trying to holler at him.
Yeah, it was trying to see what's up with like a little fucking, you know.
He's like, we gonna put you up, but you gotta get dick down.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, yo, if that's real, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is up with it? Like,
Well,
That's
has that
real,
happened
though.
to you, Marcus, when you're trying to get in the game? Like these executives and producers are like, hey, if you do this, we'll put you. I know you're trying to go through.
Marcus is
a
like, I don't want to
struggle.
talk about it, guys.
Oh shit,
Guys, I feel really uncomfortable.
Because
Oh,
that
God.
shit happened to me when I was
You
trying to
said
be an
you admit
actor,
it
dude. Yeah.
several times, and I'm like,
Um,
damn, how come nobody offered me anything when I wanted to try and get?
Keenan's only rebuttal to that is, I wish somebody would offer me.
I really would like that.
Because
No,
Keenan be like, I'll take a shot in the mouth for a couple of million.
I honestly, I never put myself in those circles, and I'm
Okay.
glad I have it. Like, I get really uncomfortable around like drugs, not like marijuana, but like if people are doing like cocaine, they're shooting up. I had a case where I was
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
you know, I was in a studio session in Van Nuys actually. It was in or not Van Nuys, it was somewhere
North
over there in the
Hollywood,
valley.
oh yeah.
And they're doing bumps. And I'm just like, yo, that's not my energy. Like, I don't rock like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nor do I want to associate myself with people that do rock like that. Now, mind you, this person is a believer of my talent. They asked me to be there to help them create, but I was like, if that's the route you're gonna take just to maintain like staying awake and being energetic, then you know I don't want to be there for
Yeah,
that.
fuck with it.
So I've never gone even that far to be like, hey, you know, Marcus, we like what you're doing, and you know, if you want to go a little bit further, I just need you to touch your toes.
Zip. Oh, she didn't touch your toe. God
Yeah, that's
damn.
never happened to me.
He's like, and Mark's like, well, I mean, that's not hard. He does it. He's like, well, what else do you need to do?
Keenan's in the corner. I'll show you how to do it.
Totally
Here,
oblivious.
It was like,
to the fact that they're
exactly.
trying to get you to do some other shit.
Simon Says. Oh, we're playing Simon Says. I love games. Hey, bro, man, I'm telling you, I'm a winner. I will go to the extra mile to get this. I'm gonna win this game.
He's like, all right, you're gonna have to suck my dick.
It's like, whoa,
He's like, oh.
Simon didn't say that.
Simon did not say that.
You just
You say
said
Simon Says.
You lost. I'm out.
You, you know what's crazy to me, man, is like the more and more I get into like, I don't know, like neuro enhancers, like nootropics and shit like that, the more and more I find out that I don't think it's any different than if somebody were to take like cocaine or like a matcha or caffeine. Like everything is an edge.
right.
Everyone has their version of getting an edge on everything else. And like I find that to be, generally speaking, an American thing is the ambition level of certain people who are in certain industries that need to stay up or just want to get ahead from people, or you know, they start, sure, it might be a dependency, it might not,
right.
but it's definitely a thing that everyone has one thing they're doing, whether it's even exercise shit, you know, you're just hooked on the endorphins.
Wow.
But like everybody's trying to get that edge, man. And I'm thinking to myself, like, the question is it really worth that edge?
It's not to me, not in my personal sight. Like, honestly, I have learned to love my body, and
Not
that's
as much as me.
well, yeah, I'm a bad.
Keenan said, I loved my body this morning.
But no, as far as like diet wise, like I'm gonna bring race into it. As far as the Black community is concerned, we have oh shit. Okay, that was loud.
Damn.
I don't want you
Podcast
guys.
foul.
Cardinal sin of the podcast.
you good.
Ooh.
It happens.
So
I'm
no,
gonna turn
like
mine
the Black community has horrible diet, and even in my family, we have alcoholics. We have like, you know, I don't want to put them out there, but you know, there's drugs
Yeah,
involved.
I come
You know
from
who
a
you
family
are.
of drugs too. Yeah.
And people forget that even food can be a drug. So like, I come from the South, man. Like
The greasy, the spicy,
greasy,
gumbo.
and we live by the sea, so we're eating catfish, we're eating all this, like all the seafood,
Shrimp,
mollusks,
yeah.
clams, and all this stuff. Some of that stuff is just horrible for you. So it's just for me to get a drug to give me a temporary high. I was like, no, man, just go exercise or run in place. I don't know. I even stopped trying to keep myself staying awake now. I'm just like, yo, if I'm tired, I'm tired.
I
going to sleep.
definitely understand that, man. I recently had a blackout like a couple of like last weekend. I think it was.
But
And-
it was
well, yeah, it did happen. It did happen during the fact that I was having sex. Like
Nice.
I got up, but it's the way when I came to, I was having trouble breathing that I had to pay attention to. Anybody can faint,
Yeah.
but like I was legit having trouble breathing, and the next day I could barely do push-ups, and that's when I realized like the last 4 years I've been fucking like, you know, drinking shitloads of caffeine,
Right.
staying up all the
Late,
fucking hours,
not
getting
sleeping.
up early, trying to do everything I possibly can to get
Right.
ahead, to do shit that I barely like doing, man.
And that's the thing. It's just like, do you work hard or do you work smart? And
Or do you work true?
I work that too.
And that's what I'm trying to get at.
It-
now.
It's.
Mm.
I feel like we in America overstress the idea of gains.
yeah.
You got to get your
Moves.
yeah. You got to get this. You got to be at a certain spot by a certain time in your life. And if you're not there, then work harder and just go at it full throttle. It's like, nah, man. Like, set your goals, but set attainable goals within that master goal. Be reasonable. Blah. I was trying to go French on you guys, but be reasonable
The
about it.
Southern came out.
Yeah, and don't
By
don't
reasonable about it.
overestimate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man. This is how I really talk. I'm a true Southern boy.
And most people overestimate what they can actually accomplish in even one day.
Bro, that's where meditation came in for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Being really, it taught me to be extremely self-aware and it like learn efficiency. I'm practicing
time,
that
take your time.
even now.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say. I don't know how I thought 3 words ahead of myself, but yeah, it's just really being self-conscious, self-aware, and trying to not force yourself to go over the limits like extremely, but push yourself enough to say, okay, I did what I needed to do today to achieve a goal for tomorrow, to help me achieve a goal for tomorrow.
Mm.
And I think that's where a lot of us, even myself, I didn't do that well in the past.
Yeah. They say if it doesn't fit on a little post-it note, your to-do list is too big. The more and more I look at it, like it's true, because you're not going to get that big ass to-do list done. There's going to be people who are going to call you,
Mm.
things that you had obligations for prior, the unknown financial things that are going to hit you. I mean, the list goes on. We really only have 4 productive hours out of our 8-hour workday, because 4 of those hours don't belong to you. They belong to everybody else who,
Right.
the mama who wants you
Mm.
for this, that, and the other.
That's
Right.
why Keenan needs to take a break. He took a break. He was trying to take a break, but
Yeah, Kenny, you be going hard, dude. I give you that, man. I've never seen somebody go hard like you do. Like,
Oh wow,
always.
this is getting pretty awkward because with audio only, they can't see what you're actually doing.
You're-
I use this banana as an
you-
example.
whoa, bro, you need to work on that, man.
That curving,
The
in action,
curvature
player.
of that, that's not the hard I was talking about, Keenan. I was talking about your work ethic, but even that could be
Keith's
misunderstood.
blood flow stops halfway and then just droops.
Fuck, I was gonna say
Was that
something
from Price is Right?
Yes, it is, sir.
sir.
You know your
I
shit.
definitely was gonna ask him that too. Fuck. God damn it. All right, well, fuck it.
Well, yeah,
Fuck it,
no,
fuck
man,
it,
like-
fuck it.
Oh, okay. So you've been talking about actually at that party you talked about how you wanted to move forward with your career in terms of like really going that celebrity route. But and it is a job. Like people forget, like celebrity is a job.
That part, I really do not want to be a celebrity,
Yeah.
especially in today's age.
Yeah, what they go through is really ridiculous.
like to be
yeah.
in the public eye on so many different levels is ridiculous. Now, what I would like is to be known by people that really admire my work.
Yeah.
Like, not to,
So you want
Brag
to be
about my
admired,
future.
but not be like famous.
Yeah.
I don't want to be extremely famous.
Wait, let him get to
I would-
this credit he's about to give me.
I-
Stop right there.
No, I'm just saying, like, he like really admires the work that I do, and
Oh,
like,
yes,
I'm not.
yeah.
Hey, I'm not mad at that. Like, it kind of puts a chip on my shoulder because I'm very self conscious. Any artist or anybody that's creating is super self conscious about their
Sure.
work. And so he's like always listening. And then as I've been working on my Instagram, there's been people that have not necessarily boosted my ego. I wouldn't say that, but they've boosted, I guess, the morale of who I am as Aurelius to put out more and to keep going forward with it, and to like they would want to see me do that. And those are the people I would be striving to attain. The true people who want to see me successful, who want to actually listen to the music or be a part of the performances, and help me get to the next level. I think that's the coolest part. Having a true connection with your audience
Surrounding
versus a
yourself
superficial one.
Yeah,
And they know
genuine people.
They know that if I
Exactly.
don't like the music, I'll say something about it.
Especially because Keenan
I
doesn't
don't give a
really
fuck
doesn't
about you,
fuck
I
with
know.
R&B or anything.
you.
Like mostly, like
Yeah, he
he
doesn't.
barely doesn't. So if he likes your shit when it is R&B, you know you're in good hands.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
I think I may have misheard this, but you spend a lot of time in Long Beach.
No, you did
Oh,
mishear
really?
that.
Okay.
Well, you're moving to Long
I am
Beach.
There you
moving
go.
to Long Beach. I've been trying to move to Long Beach since I first got here.
Okay.
And now I think it's the time. Like I got like a dope little small apartment by the beach.
Oh, that's fresh, man.
And
House party.
yeah, that's a no. So
I don't drive to Long Beach. Sorry.
Joe,
I want to make sure you
You
hit
know how many
up.
times Joe visits me out in the fucking valley?
If it's
all
not
right?
within
And I'm
Greater
like,
LA, you know,
we
not
are
going-
Greater LA
It's-
and Long Beach.
that's, if it's within 20 minutes of me, I'll
He will
drive
not-
Nothing in LA is within 20 minutes of you, really.
Like
Like
Koreatown, anything Koreatown.
Exactly. So yeah,
and he
that's
lives in Koreatown.
clearly that's where you stay.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Straight
Long
up
Beach,
K-Town all day.
Long Beach is a dope musical community, man.
Right.
And I want to make sure you get involved with some people out there from like Fight Club, LBC. That's like a dope ass musical community.
I would love
Nothing
to.
but good people there. I'll see when the next one is happening.
Oh, with Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to take you out there and like just make some introductions. And since you're going to be out there at some point,
It'll be really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
we should probably
I
make the
saw
effort.
I
yeah.
saw Nick like a month ago.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he
I
was
heard
on
he
at
was
the
at the
bank,
LAFC
yeah.
thing. No.
He
Oh
was
no.
at the bank. Yeah, well, yeah.
I remember
bank.
seeing a
That's
video.
what we call
yeah.
it.
Oh,
At the
stadium.
bank, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's
You're
the
like,
bank.
Making that
Yeah.
withdrawal of nothing.
Nothing.
And came out with an L.
No, but I saw him
No
there,
offense.
and he was looking for the Natural History Museum because I think it was a
That's not too far from us, right across the street.
it's a Natural History Museum. Like right when the summer starts, they have like a Fridays, Fresh Fridays or something like that,
Oh, that's dope.
where they let you come in late night, have drinks, walk through the museum.
That's
for
awesome.
Yeah.
I never
think
knew
it's
Keenan's
that.
like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
How
that.
did I not know this happened?
Keenan's like, I can do my favorite thing, which is drink.
Yeah, but it was
Oh,
it was
and
a
be in a
closeout
museum?
night for that event.
Okay,
I
sweet.
saw him there.
No,
Yeah.
while in
Cool
Long
guy.
Beach, I do want to meet Zacomo. Please, if you are listening, I would love to meet you. I know you live in Long Beach.
Who's the
Who's
Como?
Zacomo?
Zacomo is this dope producer. What he does and all of his posts, he kind of puts a mask on, which is a part of. It's not what I want to do. I actually want to create an animated character that portrays me, and then
Like the gorillas.
like the gorillas, but take it to another level. I don't want to reveal my
Just
secrets.
use your
of how-
iPhone and make that little fucking or whatever. What's that one?
I guess it's a good thing we're not recording this, so no one will know.
Well, no, I have a grander idea because I do want to learn how to do live performances.
holograms and shit.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
I'm not saying anything.
fuck.
I have a plan for
All
it.
right.
I will tell you this. I am planning like an animated series based around the music that me and my friend, shout out to Kenny, that we're gonna do, and it's gonna showcase how we were band geeks in
Okay.
high school.
Nice.
So
I knew you was a band geek, man. Nobody gets that kind of piano skill just fucking around.
I didn't know how to play the piano in high school.
Now, what would you play?
I was like a percussionist.
Percussionist.
Mm.
So percussionist people is not just the drums; it's
Yeah.
everything. It was
That's the cowbell.
the
Triangle.
glockenspiel. Hey, don't downplay that shit.
I'm not downplaying. I think
The
it's fucking dope.
The cowbell,
The whole track.
He said the glockenspiel, you know.
the
it's just regular.
glockenspiel, the bells, the xylophone, the marimba, timpani.
Mm.
Like I was,
And I do
was all
hear
that.
those elements in your music too.
Yeah,
because
I'm just super rhythmic, but it's because I am African.
I was gonna say, you
It
making
is
that
because
tropical
it
shit,
is.
huh?
It is because I am trying to go to Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda.
Yeah, those those are some awesome stuff that you both can do, especially the Japanese and like anime.
Oh,
I don't
voices
know how to do that.
accented.
Yeah,
I can do my Nigerian accent pretty good, and my Hindi accent
I think,
really well.
and British, you do a little bit of British.
My British accent's shit.
Mm.
I always compare
It's
my
hard to
accent.
get a good British accent. It
I always
really
compare
is.
it next to the actual speakers, and my dialect for
No.
one is not proper, and the actual sounding.
And
is-
that's really what brings it out is like knowing their vernacular. Like,
Yeah.
that's it's like most people. The first thing, and I why do they
Because you
say
can
it?
do a bunch of different
Most people
ones.
always go chip chip cheerio, and I'm like, let's
What?
get it started.
It's the
off.
worst.
Cheerio thing.
Didn't I
Chip,
do
chip,
that to you
cheerio.
this morning, Philly? I was like, hello, governor.
Oh, yeah, you were
Right?
like, hello, governor. which just goes to show how much Keenan's thinking about, like, fuck, why do I sound the way I sound?
Yeah, it takes a long time for me to get used to my. It took me 32 episodes for me to get used to hearing my own voice.
Well,
And you're not even
I'm
used
still not.
I-
used
He's
I
still
think-
nice.
and we,
you know what though? I think it comes. This is just my hypothesis. I think it comes really a lot from the fact that people who are in music in general tend to practice a lot of things, and voice manipulation is one of them. That's what singing and rapping is, right? Any rapper, any fucking inflection change to improve your delivery, that's all part of communicating the sentiment you're trying to get across. And if you're not a person in the public or trying to create that kind of art, then chances are you sound the way you sound. And as far as you can tell, there's no way to change that, but there's always a way to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I can come
Always.
up in the, I can fucking change whatever. I can say I'm from whatever. Like, it's all about voice manipulation and what you want to communicate. You
It's a
know?
muscle, man.
And so realize that what you do now with your regular voice does communicate things.
Thank you, Philly.
And so when no, and I bring this up specifically because when speaking to the gender that does please many of us here, they in particular pay attention to that and to scent. Believe it or not.
That's why I'm wearing deodorant this morning. You're welcome.
Wow.
Sin puento.
We haven't said that forever.
Deodorant is the minimum, bro.
Do you
Old
speak a little
Spice.
Spanish yourself?
Poquito, papi. Poquito, papi.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Bobito, Bobito.
Estoy aprendiendo para mi familia en Mexico.
Hey, yeah.
I am really though, man. My family, part of my family is from Mexico. They currently reside in Jalisco, and I lied to them a long time ago when I first met them because I said I'll come back in a year, and I still haven't been back.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you're one of those people that keeps their fucking word. That's the problem. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I said it a long time ago.
I did say it a long time ago, and I felt super.
You
I
are
feel super
constantly
bad.
obligated to people, aren't you?
No.
No?
No.
Well, that's
Oh,
a relief.
I am aware that I do that.
You thought? No, because I'm that guy in a lot of
Yeah,
respects.
no,
That's what I
man.
figured.
No, you have
So
to
am I.
be. Once again, you have to be really self-aware of what you say, and what you do for people.
because you know that you will have to keep it. You don't even say it no more.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have to take a trip to Miami because some dear friends of mine who are Colombian I told them that I'd come back, and that was back in February.
Damn. We're going to pick up some of that thing.
Hold on, Colombian, Jalisco. This dude over here is running the drug
No, I
trade,
know.
man.
Ay, cálmate, güey.
No pasa nada, Bobito. No pasa nada.
I have no idea what you guys are saying.
Sin Puento. Do you know how Sin Puento got started?
No, how does this happen?
One time we were setting up, and Keenan, I think, was like trying this. We were
Test
here
the
with,
mics.
yeah, it was testing the
With
mic.
Melissa.
Yeah, and Melissa, my cousin Joe's sister, was here. We were setting up. She's the guest, and then Keenan wanted to say something in Spanish. So he just assumed Sin Puento was like, he was like, uno, dos, Sin Puento. You imagine like that, and we're like, what?
What'd
You
you
know,
say?
genuinely thought it was a Spanish word.
But he,
bro.
yeah, he
Bro.
said it
Made
with
it.
like he said it with such
Confidence.
confidence. He was just like, "Si puento."
And, we just
We're
assumed
like,
he meant
"The
like
fuck?"
50, which is like,
50,
yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Just
No,
a made
kids.
up word.
There's this thing called Duolingo, Keenan, that you should start using. No, it's interesting, man. Like I've taken Spanish classes my whole life, or not my whole life, my whole educational life.
Mm.
So in middle school, I started. It was really natural to me for some reason. Well, that's not for some reason. I'm Latino a little
Yeah.
bit. And then high school, college, and I never really practiced it, so it never really stuck.
Yeah.
But you pick some shit up here and there, like
I don't
sometimes.
escucho. I like to listen, you know.
yeah.
I like to say that I'm Dominican because
You can get away with it too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because
Only to go.
you know, I don't listen to banda. I don't listen to corridos. I like my salsa. I like my merengue. I like my bachata.
There you go.
A little bit of reggaeton, you know. And go put some seasoning on it, papi. You know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're
There it
good,
is.
you know.
I believe it.
Ya tú sabes, you know. I can't wait.
I can't wait no longer. Papi. Come on, Mira.
Oh man, what's that comedian? Nobody fucks with Poppy. Poppy, give me your money. No, I can't do that.
I can't do that, you know.
I gave you $5. Okay, that's it. He's like, you take it now.
You take it or leave it, you know.
Give me your fucking money, Poppy. He's like, okay, come here, walk me to my house. I get you the money. Like,
I walked this dude all the way home.
you better give me that $5. I'll walk your ass home, Poppy. I'll kill you, Poppy.
No, that's what's funny to me, man. Like, I grew up not knowing I was Latino.
Okay.
Like,
No
I was
shit.
so oblivious. These are two things that are really personal in my life. I never knew I was Latino, and I never knew my grandma was a lesbian.
Change
Awkward.
your whole game, huh?
It fucked me up at 15, like, and not in a horrible way, because I was always open as a kid. Like, I got love for everybody.
They were just like, well, damn, that's in facts you should know.
Bro, I thought Aunt Kathy was really Aunt Kathy, yo. Like, I thought it was like, yo, okay, Aunt Kathy's trying to be down with the brown. That's all right, cool, you know, Black power. Then my father, who I get my temper from, he's on the phone one day, he's yelling, and he hangs up. And man, I can't stand her faggot ass. And I was like,
Damn.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like the clock started moving. I'm like,
That's
Grandma
crazy.
be getting dicked out by Aunt Kathy. I was like, oh snap. So I after that moment, I never called her Aunt Kathy. I was like, yo, what's up, Kathy? How you doing?
Okay.
She gets mad about that.
I know
so-
who you are now.
I know what y'all
I
be
know
doing.
your secret.
Playful secrets.
And then how about when you learned that you were Latino? How did that change things for you?
It was more of a validating thing.
Ah,
Because I've always had a natural like attraction to anything that dealt with the culture, especially when it came
it's in
to
your blood.
yeah, like you know, mi sangre. You know, I had friends who initially, when I was really young, were Puerto Rican, and like I don't know what it was that I loved being around them, you know, listening to them talk Spanish. Like even my first like major crush was like a Puerto Rican chick. And it's just like I just loved the culture so much, and I just love the
Puerto
accents.
Rican mommies was good.
You know,
I've got a Puerto Rican mommy in my life, man.
I didn't
Okay.
wait.
Yeah.
Thanks to Keenan.
Here we go.
If I didn't say it, he would have brought it up later.
No, I wouldn't.
Who introduced you though?
She's cute too, man. She's really cute. You're lucky.
He's like, no, man.
Because
you know.
there's single guys over here.
Single guys, world's tiniest violin right here.
You know,
Hey,
sometimes it's better being single, guys.
Oh, whatever.
That's true though. I must admit that, like, to be able to come and go as I wish.
Pretty much wake up, play video games, rub it out, go back to sleep.
Okay, see, Keenan, that's your day. I
You
have
can
a
be as
life.
unproductive as you want to be. I'm the
Hey,
same.
I'm
way.
very productive. Oh, okay.
I have a life, Keenan. I don't just
Oh.
rub it out all the time.
You can fit in a rub out here and there. when you
I
have
rub
a
it out
life.
to hentai now.
Oh yeah. Which one?
Shout out-
Bro,
shout
I
out
just go to
Sheila.
I only just go to Pornhub and literally look up hentai. I'm just
She
like,
likes that
oh
stuff.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Who's Sheila? Sheila?
Sheila.
Former
shout-
guest.
Yeah, former guest.
So,
Sheila
what-
Price.
what do you
For
mean,
left
shout
dance.
out?
Can you
She
can
was-
you introduce me? Hi Sheila. How are you doing? I hope you're listening.
Probably.
Oh
Sheila.
You guys both know the jams. Huh?
Yeah, and they
don't-
kind of sound the same when they sing.
Yeah, yeah. they do.
Yeah.
Don't you love me? Tell them what it comes.
That's
Oh,
funny.
baby.
I don't know that song.
You don't know Oh Sheila, Ready for the World?
Oh, I know that band.
What's
they had that
good
one.
for the goose?
I never really
Is
mattered
also
that much
good
to
for the
me.
gun.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, but she spoke about, tentacle stuff, being into that. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's into that.
that's
Wow.
most of the hentai stuff.
I like that.
Yeah.
So
Hey, wasn't there
Sheila,
like a thing like
But I don't think she wants
is there any? Is there,
Staciani.
Shout outs.
Hey.
You're the actual DJ. We need you on.
Hey, it was her birthday last week.
Yes, it
Happy
was.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
shit,
birthday,
that's right.
Sheila.
When were we all supposed to go?
Yeah,
Um,
we couldn't. I couldn't make it.
I have a thing
Why are
in
we
a
giving out
box.
excuses? We don't have to get. It's not like. I mean, come on.
No. I'm just saying I never got a group text, so dude, I don't know what
You
day
didn't get
it
the
is.
group text.
Sheila,
No.
Oh,
About
I got
fuck
the
you,
group
Keenan.
text.
Yeah.
is blaming you for
Not-
not being
that
able
mess-
to go to your
No,
event.
Wait, what?
I didn't say shit. I'm just saying I was hoping to hear from everybody, but I guess somebody's got to be a leader. Up in
I
this
did
bitch,
get a
huh?
message, but I didn't send it to Philly.
I'm a reluctant leader, guys. I've never wanted to be the leader ever. What about you? Are you comfortable with leadership, Marcus?
Depends on the situation.
And I want
like-
to hear everybody's answer on this.
Right now,
I'm a worker.
I am forced to be
Worker
the
bee.
leader of our New Year's trip that I'm having with a few close friends, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a pain in the ass
Yep.
because I'm having to think for everybody's budget. And I'm like, I know what I could spend. I don't know what y'all hosts can spend, but I know I got a couple thousand that I can just throw away at
Yeah,
at
bro,
this
that's
point
my
in time,
life.
you know.
That's my life. I feel you.
So it's just like,
No one can ever do what I want to do.
So leadership, reluctant,
Mm.
reluctant or granted? Like take it for granted. Yeah, of course, I'm ready.
I would say, granted, if need be, if somebody needs to step up, I would do it.
Okay.
I'd be down.
All right.
But once again, you know, I'm not doing no life or death shit. You'd be like, you better prove to me.
Respect.
Leadership, granted or
Joe's
reluctant?
always been. He's a natural
Natural?
leader.
It's just
Joe's
natural.
leader.
Like
Joe's-
not to brag or anything, but I just always seem to fall into it, into
Yeah.
the role
Yeah.
of the leader. Just like
You weren't much of a leader today at 9 a.m. You were supposed to be.
you know what?
Ah,
I would
Shots.
take that if it didn't come from a virgin DJ.
oh, here we're going back again.
Once again, I've only been a virgin for a year now. I would like to talk about the fact how I went to Australia and had sex with several Australian women at this point to validate my
With the
sexual
Shaylas.
The Shayla.
the Shayla's Australian.
Shayla?
Oh
No.
my god! No, you guys, Shayla, I would love to meet you.
Sheila's an Australian.
No.
Sheila?
Shayla's is how they refer to the girls out there.
Oh,
But he still would like to meet you. So if you want to,
Sheila, I would still.
message.
If we will
Marcus
watch
will-
some hentai together, we don't have to touch. We can just.
We just
Ooh,
watch it.
Yo, that's a song. We don't have to touch. That's a song right there, dude.
Yes, that
That
is a
You
song.
hear that?
That's
Good
a
80s song.
classic. Wow,
Can you
that's-
track that
that's a
down?
you're going back, sir. I had to dig in my mind for that one.
Shit, you got to write it down for it's too late.
Keenan, leadership.
Leadership. Is that what plays in his mind every time?
Keenan, leadership. Reluctant or granted? Like,
I'm
you're,
always,
like, ready.
I'm always thrust in the position of leadership, whether I like it or not.
Don't say
Interesting
thrust,
choice.
Keenan.
Interesting.
with fervor.
Don't
Moist.
say thrust, Keenan, because when it comes
That-
to you,
Thrust.
Thrust. It's not. It's on that same line of moist. I'm always thrusted into a moist
I've been
position.
getting a lot of shit because in one of my songs that I made in a recent project with Eagle Mori, one of the lyrics
Shout out
for
to
the
Eagle
song "Multiply" it
Multiply,
says
good
it says
song.
moist.
It
And
does.
every time I'm in the car and that word plays, like someone always just looks at me like that's the lyric you chose. Like you could.
It's like a delicious word. Like,
Yeah, but
good
I
word.
thought it was. I say making your organs moist, and when I'm. But prior to
I don't
that, I'm
remember that.
referring to a
aren't
context
your
where
organs
it's.
already
Ooh.
moist?
I'm referring to a
wet.
context where it's a sexual organ, right? So
Yeah.
I'm basically, but it's all there. But every time that word comes through, people always just give me side eye when they're like in the car with me and they hear that lyric as if I couldn't have
Moist.
chosen a better lyric.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, you
fuck
know.
you write a song.
Right?
But
Listen,
yeah.
This is a Brooklyn accent.
This is a Brooklyn accent. Dude.
But yes,
excuse me, sorry.
I've been in leadership roles quite for a long time throughout a long period of history. So
Naturally.
I'm no,
How old are you, Ken?
I'm old as balls. I'm the oldest one
Throughout
here.
my tethered history, I have been.
As you see my kingdom lay before
Speaking
me.
of tethered, the tethered balls,
You're tethered. Yeah.
hang low.
like
Keenan,
wizard sleep.
Keenan, do you have knee knocker balls? It's okay to say yes, man. We're not judging you.
Yeah.
They tighten up when you have some.
Looking like a laundry bag. Just,
A laundry bag with 2 pairs of socks, balled up at the bottom.
Oh shit!
It looks it's like one of those basketball.
The gym basketball.
Set. The netted ones that just have two basketballs at the bottom, like.
That
You
sure
hold
reminds
this
me
big
of
ass sack over your shoulder.
remember Scary
That's how
Movie?
Keenan carries it. He just tosses it right over your shoulder.
Kids talking about what's in you. We all have our little secrets.
It falls down like.
Oh man, bro, I have not heard about that movie in a long time.
What movie was that?
Scary movie.
Scary movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like the second one.
Oh,
It was.
man.
I like the second one. I think it was good. But yes.
Hey, touch my strong hand.
They were like, oh yeah.
Some nice.
My
Some
dress-
No, I'm good.
No, my favorite scene is like, those some nice skates you got there. Goes Hams. Oh, I would give you a standing ovation.
Yeah.
They
Back
roast
and
each
forth.
other.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
fucking
that
hard,
was
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
I wonder if it was
Fucking
improv
A,
or not.
man. Anything
I don't know.
Wayne's brothers back in that day, man.
That
It
was
was good. It was good. They got their stuff going.
I
I
don't-
don't guys watch Marlon?
The TV show.
Marlon Wayne show, yeah.
I have not watched that. No.
Any good?
It's good. It's good. It's nothing new though.
Okay.
There's nothing new about it. It's not like a revolutionary sitcom.
Which
It's
sucks
just
because the
something
Wayans
that's been
brothers
done.
really never got a last final episode, man.
Right?
No, they didn't. It just cut right off. Didn't that same happen to Jamie Foxx show? Just cut right off. Same
What?
thing. Married with Children. Married with Children.
Married with
Had-
Children.
Went for I think 10 or 11 seasons.
Were we
and
going to
just
talk
did it.
about Married with Children at
We
some
were.
point?
Yeah.
Shout out
wanted
to
to.
Christina
It's a-
Applegate.
Yep.
Oh, Christina
Dude.
Applegate.
So I met her. I was on the set. I was on the set on the set of Dead
On
to
set,
Me.
good.
Dead to Me, which is
Okay.
a believe it or not, that's a good fucking show on Netflix if you get a chance to watch it. Dead to
Okay.
Me. I thought it was fun.
That's her new show, right?
Yeah. Oh man,
And you met
she's
her?
so much prettier in
Mhm.
person. Like there's only two people I've ever met that have this feeling. Her and Jessica Biel. They kind of got like a glow on them, dude. I don't know how to explain it. They really do though. Legit, straight up. Not even lying to you,
You're out here reading auras, man.
bro.
Yeah.
The only two auras I ever saw was Jessica Biel and
Your heart-
Christina Applegate. But
Until-
Two white women.
until you
okay.
meet,
All right.
Scarlett
Wait.
Johansson,
Jessica
though.
Biel is a complete.
Maybe.
Wait, Jessica Biel. Never mind.
Yeah,
I don't know why
Jessica
I
Biel's
thought
white.
Jessica Alba.
Oh,
Jessica
I met
Alba's
her.
like Puerto
Jessica
Rican.
Honestly,
Biel.
when I met
I
her-
would see an aura.
when I
on
met
that
Jessica
ass.
Alba, I was this probably like
She's like
2-3
Cuban
months
and
ago.
Puerto Rican, right?
I
Not
don't.
sure.
I know she's some
Jessica
kind of
Alba,
Latina.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you
I'm
met
not
her.
Sure. Yeah, I was at Century City waiting to jump on a podcast with my client. I was his audio guy,
Mhm.
and I'm walking all this fucking equipment, like a bag like that and shit, out in Century City. I'm dressed like whatever the fuck, and I'm walking in, like this person's like talking on the phone, and as they're walking, they're like, it's gonna sound fucking ridiculous, but like they're staring at my ass, probably because I'm carrying a shitload of gear or whatever. And I was like, that person looks oddly fucking familiar. And I'm like walking, and then like it wasn't until we crossed literal anime cross paths and shit at that
And it
moment
froze.
that I was like, could that have been? No way, couldn't have been that. Maybe it was. And then I
Was
turned
it?
around and I was like,
And then
fucking
she looked
Jessica
back.
Alba. And so what made it worse is that where I was going, because I was killing time, was
A
the
tiny
Amazon
little
store
creature.
at she's really tiny. I was going to the Amazon store that is at Century City. But what ended up happening was it was closed down. But the problem was that the only other place I could go was the place I was supposed to go, which was back in the direction that she walked. And I was like, oh man, I almost want to go all the fucking way around because I don't want celebrities or people like that to think that I'm following them, man. You know? And because
Yeah.
I imagine it's
'Cause you're a
pretty
creep
easy
like
to
that?
assume that. No, because it's pretty easy to assume that, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, there's no other fucking way around the Century City Mall unless I want to walk 8 fucking blocks. So I just walked back that way, and sure enough, she's like posted up on her phone and like just like watching me as I walk, and I'm like, man, this is fucking like awkward. I'm
She
like,
thinks you're a Habibi.
Probably.
and I'm
You,
like-
you made yourself uncomfortable. I know. He made himself uncomfortable. It's
Yeah.
just his own like.
and I was like, oh fuck, Jessica Alba
Looking down at the ground. You walk
It's-
with confidence, sir.
It's 6:30.
You walk with
It
confidence.
was early as fuck too. Yeah.
Have you met any celebrities since you've been in LA for 4 years?
MC Light. I got the chance to be on The Apprentice. Like
Don't tell me
literally,
you've met Donald Trump, man.
I did not meet him.
Mm.
I wouldn't have liked him then either. But while doing that show, I met Boy George, Lisa Leslie. Who else was there? Some UFC fighter. I can't remember his name.
Chuck Liddell.
No, it wasn't Chuck. I remember
So
Chuck.
sad. Oh, man.
Who
I
else?
wanted to be Chuck Lady.
Who else?
Why
have
were
I-
you on The Apprentice? What's the
They
story
needed
behind
a
that?
they needed a
What
DJ,
makes you so special? Oh, okay.
and they called the
Say this
company I
first.
work with. Shout out to Vox DJs.
Mm.
Oh, Vox DJs. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know the company.
Yeah, they called them, and I'm like one of their go-to guys. So they told me, "Hey, you need to go do an ABC show today," and I was like, "Oh wow, okay,
Toy.
cool." So I actually got a chance to like make a beat the night before, and we couldn't play anything that was licensed. So they
So
were
you
like,
had to play some of your own shit.
they told us to make something energetic, and I played my track. A few other guys from the team had made some tracks, and we just all played it on the show. But it was cool because I think my track was the only one that really got people going.
Mm.
Which
So I
is
was
always dope. Taste
Yeah.
making.
I was like, wow. Oh my God, wow.
Oh my
Wow,
god!
guys.
You like me?
They really
So,
like
I'm
so
such a
far,
cool DJ.
what has been the best gig for you? Like that you were like, this is exactly why I still fucking do this.
The strip club.
And no.
He's like, nah, fuck that.
When you met me.
That
There
was an
goes.
interesting gig, but that wasn't my best experience. That's probably like one of my
Yeah, Keenan,
lows. actually.
you're like last.
He said that's one of my
Keenan.
lowest. So I met you at my lowest, Keenan.
No, like Keenan came at a time where, because I don't know, man, working there, it was, you guys are horrible.
We just want to make Keenan
Those are
feel
my-
as bad
those
as
are my
possible.
friends.
Working
God.
there, it was just like, the pay wasn't great.
And it was bikini. It wasn't actually topless.
Yeah. So,
you
it's
know.
just like, if anything, the thing I enjoyed about those experiences were bonding with people like Keenan, other customers that came in, and like just giving them advice. Cause man, that place is ruthless. Like they're out to get you. They're vultures. But my best experience, it wasn't in California, to be honest. My best experience is
Hey,
my
my guy,
last
take
job.
it easy, bro.
Hey, don't get sensitive on me, okay? Relax, Bobby.
So it wasn't in California, huh?
Honestly,
Come on, baby. Hey, yokes.
it was working with Carnival as a DJ on New Year's.
Mm.
And
Year's
the
Carnival.
In
energy,
Brazil?
no, not Carnival,
Yeah.
but Carnival cruise lines.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah.
And it's every New Year's, it's like an out of this world experience, which kind of, I guess this would be like,
Kind of is out of this world because it's in the
D-
ocean.
yeah,
you know?
Oh
it's
my
it's
God.
like a
It's still on
drug.
this
is what it
Eat a
is.
planet.
dick, bitch. Fuck you. Don't look at me.
Marcus
Turn,
is
look
like-
down.
Marcus
Look
just in the
down.
back, like,
What just happened? He's like standing up, like, oh god.
I just got really
you
uncomfortable,
just, you just
guys.
watching Keenan take all this abuse.
Keenan, I'd file a
These are my
lawsuit,
friends.
defaming of character.
Marcus is like, after the show, he's like, hey, Keenan, I want to talk to you about your friends, man.
I'm like, hey, Keenan, I'm gonna need you to stop being such a bitch. Stand up. All right, get a backbone, damn it.
I come back with a tattoo.
Remember?
Steve Puento. Steve Puento 13.
Right. Por vida, man, por life, yo 50.
Yeah, we need to get the old English writing with the 13 and,
Oh,
and make
man.
the cholos.
Oh, my
make
God.
that a little meme.
That's gotta be.
You
a
got
good tattoo.
you got
wanna get
to
in
get
trouble
the
for
dolled
that.
up woman on your arm. Hey man, it's my lady right here, man. Shout out to the Virgin Mary, you know. Hey, Maria de Guadalupe. Yeah. But
So the cruise.
God.
but
The
yeah,
cruise.
my best experience as a DJ was DJing for New Year's on Carnival Cruise Lines.
DJ
Just
Carnival.
just imagine. I think my biggest one was I had like 1,000 people in front of me.
Mm. Yep.
And just imagine the energy all just like roaring and everybody's excited and everybody's singing along to every word that you're playing via the music. And it was just like,
It's a dope experience. Yeah.
it's a crazy experience, man. Like I've never had anything like that in my life.
Did you record it?
No, I am all about, that's one
The
rule-
moment.
Yeah, that's one rule in my life. I do not like taking pictures.
Yeah.
I do not like being on my video or posting to Instagram all the time.
Mm.
You let somebody else do that.
I let
Yeah.
everybody else does that. I want to remember this moment for me.
Yeah.
Like that picture with the old lady in the parade,
Mm.
as she's just looking and everybody else is like, oh, let me record this. That is really me. Like I really just like to be fully present when I'm there.
Mm.
And those moments of just being fully present is just like, I can still feel the chills in my body when, you know, you hear everybody's like, all right, everybody make some noise. And just you hear the roar, or you're dropping like, at the time, I think Animals had came out, Martin Garrix.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like playing that, and just to see like it felt like the whole shit was just jumping. Wow.
Just like Joe.
So it's double, or Mr. Ambidextrous over there. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
So
I don't want to brag or anything.
So I guess
This podcast is 12 and up, bro.
13. You have to be at least 13.
Nah, that's tight, yeah.
But yeah, that's been one of my amazing experiences that I would like to recreate.
Sam.
Via on my own
you still
dime.
Can. I mean,
Bro,
yeah.
I mean, it's
That's-
not that I can,
Well, I mean-
or the possibility. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Oh shit!
This
Alright.
is. I
Damn.
put this out there ever since I've left. Like I'm gonna make this happen. I don't care how much time it takes. Especially nowadays.
Turn back
Right.
time.
I still have a story that my uncle told me about how he was about to be recruited to the major leagues, but he didn't believe in himself.
Oh,
So he chose to go to the Navy instead.
Oh.
So I was just like, I can't let that be me. Especially now that like my nieces and nephews, like my nephew told my sister I'm one of his major influences.
Now you got it.
And I'm like, dude, like I haven't even really done anything yet. Like I'm still trying to scratch like to what it is to be on solid ground. So imagine once I land there and then, you know, do a Superman or a Neo from the Matrix off to the moon. And then from there I go.
It's still funny that you say it though, because you in that one sentence, you almost undermined the fact that you were a DJ on a Carnival cruise, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and the only reason I say that is because most people that are achievers, people who do things, trust me, it's my own bad habit. You're predisposed to feel like you've done nothing, and that
downplaying the rest
really,
of your accomplishments.
And really, that's because it's biochemically we're survivors, and we're designed to survive, not to rest on our laurels.
Right.
But just want to pull the light and shine it for a second. Like,
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? Like, look at that. Because what you say reminds me of a time I went to go see the Gorillaz in concert, and I got high. Like I was like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And while I was there, I went with an old school dude. Shout out to Brad if he listens to this, man.
Brad, you better listen.
Yeah, he took me to that, and I had a realization. I was like, fuck. Because he was like, yeah, dude, I bought whack seats because we're gonna walk around and see fucking if we can get some other seats and see who we fucking run into and whatever. And I was like, as I was smoking the joint and listening to him say that, it made me realize we used to be people that went to places to see and meet other people.
That's right.
And nowadays we're mostly just people going places, man.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? That's why everybody's got the fucking phones. And so when you
wow.
say that about you in the moment and the old lady, and like it reminds me of the moment I had where I was with this dude who was like, he's like old school. Brad is like old school, like
OG.
OG in a sense. Like he pulled out the joint from his socks. He brought out like tall cans. But the thing is, like, he's a super corporate dude. You know, he runs a respectable profession. You know, he's a recruiter for jobs and shit. Super cool dude. Shout out to Brad. He actually want to get him on. He loves sports. He probably loved the LAFC things.
Tell him to
One
bring
day
that
we'll
weed over.
Yeah. But
Just don't let Joe get a hard on when he starts talking about
but
We're over here talking about our next guest when we have our guest here.
No. You misunderstand.
Jesus.
I'm trying to
Phil.
say that it's funny how these values keep coming back, and I got to point them out. Like,
Yeah.
you might be onto something, man.
Oh, I mean, like your guy, man, I am an old soul. I recognize that from a long time ago. And that's because my mother raised me to always be around my elders. Especially women. Women play a really strong role in my life. So it was always listening ahead to them to avoid certain pitfalls or to think a certain way, to open my mind up to certain things. And so I guess that's where I would get that from.
Dude,
Okay.
respect.
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
Respect.
All right.
What do
Is it time for the
I don't know. What are you showing us?
the soapbox? So
Because you got
calling out the
places to
soapbox?
go, man.
You do?
You do.
Yeah, but
said,
that's not till like later.
you said 12. Somebody, as we were walking, said we should cut ourselves off at 12 o'clock.
I don't know what you are talking about.
I don't
Bobby,
know.
you know.
Oh, fuck
Well,
everyone here on this podcast.
Well,
happening, papito?
Don't what do you want from me? You know, I said I have to be
¿Qué
so
estás
much.
haciendo, papi?
Bro,
Mira.
come on.
13.
Sin puento. Sin puento.
Keenan was showing Philly the time, like, yo, he was giving him the light, like, your set's over, bud.
Yo, you're not
set.
the producer of the show.
I am a producer of this show.
He actually is.
God damn it.
Actually, we had a meeting with Marcus prior to you bringing him on.
yeah.
And we'd like to let you know that
I
this
forgot
is your
to-
final episode.
Yeah.
I knew
and
it.
You've been
I fucking
replaced
knew it.
by a much
Literally.
better black person.
May I also mention black and Latino. So
And he's Latino. I mean,
you know,
Diversity counts.
damn it, Keenan. You
Keenan,
couldn't be Mexican.
Keenan, Bobby, you know, what
Just couldn't do it.
what are we gonna say, man?
He said, Keenan, Papi.
What are we gonna
Papito,
say, Bobby?
Keenan.
God.
I'm sorry, papi. I'm sorry.
The most fucked up thing about this is that every guest we've had on has been used as a threat against Keenan.
Yes, heavily.
It's an ongoing joke. I love it.
And they would get into it naturally. Like they would just, I'd be like, dude, I'm your friend. I brought you on this fight. Why are you shitting on me?
Hey, you can't shit on Keenan because Keenan actually brought most of today's like breakfast. So
There's a spread.
there's a lovely
Good
spread
spread.
of there's a lovely spread of baked goods.
There's a
and-
good energy here.
Yeah,
It's
no,
good.
it's
Um,
actually one
we
of
should
the
do this
better
every
mornings
time.
I've had in a long time, and that's ironic because all of us haven't had a lot of sleep, but yeah,
No.
we've had a good breakfast.
No,
Fucking,
not at
yeah.
all. That, especially after last night. Like last night was
It was
such a form of duality because that place was like not bumping for like the first hour or two, and then like just randomly just went off. There was like fights. There was,
I was
like
there to see it.
sweatiness. There's people. We were doing Latin music. We were doing Afro beats. We were doing Caribbean tunes. We were doing hip hop. It was
And you're good at your fucking job, man.
Oh,
because
thanks, man.
When,
Oh,
we
very
did the,
good.
when we did collabo
yeah.
at that event venue in Burbank, when I
yeah.
saw you do your thing, like,
Hey
dude,
man.
you were playing all
You
the
got
right
a little
vibes,
hard.
man.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta
And,
take you to a silent DJ with him.
No,
He'll
I
play
know.
some good
Believe
shit.
me, I know.
Bro.
I've missed many of
No,
it, and
well-
you go out of your way to let us know when you're doing things. man, so.
I do want you to know, and I will make this announcement, or two things. I'm gonna plug myself here. I do
have
have a single that's gonna be coming out. Shout out to Anna Pom
Boom.
Pom, who is gonna be doing the poetry on that. It's I was talking about it with Keenan this morning. It's gonna be called Rise.
With
And it's
Anna
like
Pom Pom.
Anna Pom Pom. She's a singer and a poet.
Does she know it?
She does know it.
Oh.
Follow her on Instagram. It's
I hope
literally
she shows it.
Anna, really,
Right?
really.
No.
No.
We're doing it.
My fucking
I
plug,
thought he was
guys.
next.
Really?
Now we're just slamming
So
right now.
Arise.
We're not.
With Anna
Or no,
Pom Pom.
it's just Rise.
Oh,
Rise.
Rise.
It's
And
literally
under Marcus Aurelius or
it'll,
Aurelius?
it will be under M. Aurelius.
Okay.
My
Okay.
alias will always online will be M. Aurelius, but of course you
Hmm.
will all know my first name is Marcus, so I chose. That's why I kind
So
of
it's like an inside-
abbreviated.
It's like an inside joke.
Yeah, because most people don't know who Marcus Aurelius is, and they're like, "Oh, we don't get it." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, that's not for you then." Just gonna,
Automatically, you can weed out
over here,
people.
little princess.
just gonna shift it over here.
It's probably like 90% of people you meet don't know.
Yeah, I used to get called Areolus.
Oh my god.
I was like, "Whoa."
What the fuck?
I didn't know I was a walking pair of nipples, partially human. That's why I guess you would say areolus,
Oh man.
not areolas.
What's your god name?
Yeah.
So
No.
Arise. What's the
Alright.
story
So
behind this piece?
Rise is you
Right,
keep saying
right. I know,
Arise.
I know.
No, Rise is it's like a feel good. It starts off with like a salsa feel,
Okay.
bossa nova ish,
Ooh.
and what my sound is, everybody, is I'm really aiming to be a part of Selection by March of 2020. So I'm
What-
creating a vibe similar to that, where it's just me. So this is a little bit of salsa, Latin flair with a down tempo house beat behind it. And what she's doing on there is like kind of welcoming her lover in the morning, trying to get them up, saying sweet things and
yeah.
in your ear. You know what your lady would say to you in your ear.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think I would know what that's like.
Okay.
It's been a while. hasn't it?
God.
Damn.
That's a bigger
So,
problem than this
Sorry, bud.
podcast
he's
can
just-
handle.
He's just gonna throw his sad life in there.
Shouldn't
In
be
the
a
middle of
surprise to
his
anyone. He likes to ride on people's emotions. Look at him. He basks in it.
So yeah,
I'm
like
glowing.
it's like it starts off, like really groove. but
SoundCloud, or is this going to be on all platforms?
It will be on SoundCloud. It will be on Bandcamp. I would like this one to actually be on both YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Because I really don't put a lot of music out like that.
Yeah.
But I want this to be the first because I am determined. I am going to be with Joe K, Andre Power, Monty Booker, Smino, the whole lineup over
Selection,
there of Selection.
Andre
like,
Power's dope, man.
Yeah.
Joe
I mean,
K,
if you give us the clearance, we wouldn't mind playing it here.
yeah.
I would
whenever
love
you're
for you
ready to
guys to
release
play
it,
it.
we'll play it too.
I will shoot it your way when it happens.
Shoot it.
Shoot it. And then the second announcement, which was in lieu to the silent disco party, is Aurelius is starting to plan his own events along with a good friend of mine, Sarah, and we will have what is going to be is a summer series of silent discos around the city and unique spots and venues. I don't have any concrete venues yet, but the aim is to get known DJs in the area, and not so well known DJs, but good DJs playing out. And it will be, you rent a pair of headphones for the night. You have 3 DJs. They could be in different areas. We haven't really set up the logistics of that, but we want to create the vibe of just good music, good food, good people. And that's going to be coming. I will let you know when that happens because I look forward to it. It's one of the first events that I'm going to be doing ever as far as parties go. So yeah, man, those are 2 plugs. Yeah.
Dude, what if you like took it back? I mean, which is dope. What if you took it back with like name tags that had like a AIM username kind of shit? You know
Yeah,
what I
that'd be
mean?
sick too. I
And
love
have
that.
people join chat rooms where like if a girl's open to it and she wants to talk to a guy while the silent disco's going on, they could fucking instant
That's a
message each
dope
other.
idea,
Yo.
actually.
This fuck.
That's
Dude.
This motherfucker.
That's a dope ass
Take
idea.
his
I like
back.
that.
Yeah.
Yo,
He doesn't even know what the fuck
I
we're
don't know
talking
what we're
about.
talking about.
That's
like, what
that's
are you
another
even
source of
saying?
income right there. Like you can
That
just charge
is. Or
99
you can
cents.
just at yourself and then somebody can slide in your DMs.
exactly.
I'm like,
exactly,
like, hey.
exactly. Like, yeah,
Hey,
Like
Instagram
we're
Instagram.
name
down.
tag with your Instagram.
Oh,
fucking just missed
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
with
I
the-
I must have been zoning
Like
out
speed
because I
dating.
missed all
He
of
has
it.
no idea what the fuck we're talking
This is
about.
$1 million idea, Keenan.
God damn it.
Damn it, Keenan.
I'm trying to support you and you're just failing me right now.
Son of a
And
mother.
Jameer, does Keenan look like he's falling asleep on us?
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna head to the soapbox talk section of our podcast.
Yeah.
Marcus, if you're not familiar with our soapbox talks, at the end of each episode, we allow our guests and ourselves any amount of time that you want to just speak on something that you want to talk about.
Kinda like what you just did.
Kind of what you just did, but you know,
But now
a
with
rant or
permission
something.
now.
No.
Oh, wow. Really?
But it'd be like a rant or any message
Yeah,
you want to
literally.
spread out there. Take as much
It's your
time you want.
platform.
No one will interrupt
Okay,
you.
Your
and,
reward for coming through.
Yeah.
I really don't have anything that I anticipated to say here more than I don't know. We live in a world now where it's influenced to be an individual, but overly individualistic. So I want to bring the idea of community, especially as a person of color in America right now, where we are being attacked on all fronts by our president, by the people within our community, just to unify, man. It's more of about the haves and the have-nots. And the haves are literally in power right now. So the have-nots need to act as ants because we truly hold the power as the citizens of America and the citizens of the world, you know? Yeah, that's all I say. Like, you just unity, you know, spread love, spread peace, but not spread that bullshit love. Spread love where it's tough love, where it's a love of growth. And I don't know, man. Motherfuckers need to start meditating. That's all I gotta say, man. For real, shit. That's what I'm on. I think that's helped me in my life. Even if it's tiny steps or major steps, just meditation has helped me a whole lot. Even with the idea of religion, I'm not a fan of religion anymore. But in that idea of your relationship with quote unquote God, I had to say quote unquote because you guys can't
Heavy
see
quotes.
my fingers.
Joke
Heavy
quotes.
quotes.
Those are joke
Uh,
quotes.
Fat ass quotes are just like bam, like 4 dicks going. Bah,
Oh
bah.
God.
Yo,
What the fuck?
I'm actually thinking Joe is the gay one here.
Hey guys,
Is-
sorry you guys aren't comfortable with your sexuality.
I'm
Joe
supremely
says it in the
comfortable.
deepest voice
I shouldn't have
possible.
said anything. I interrupted your soapbox talk. That's not bad.
Hey,
All
I
of
don't
you
mind.
dicks on
I
the
don't-
mind, you know.
He's like, he's got a bunch of. He was that kid that drew dicks in his super bad.
I was right in the middle of a big veiny one. When all of a sudden my teacher said to me, show the note to the class.
I had to do it, Joe. I had to do it. I had to do it. Oh, but yeah, man, just self-awareness, meditation, and we got to eat better. If y'all were at this table right now, got a whole bunch of fucking sugar. We had enough sugar with the fruit.
We have sugar only in one.
Hey man,
item.
listen,
That's
that's
a soapbox.
half of that Tropicana is sugar that y'all drank that shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I was just about to bring it up. Have you guys ever drank so much orange juice that made you thirstier?
right?
I'm sitting here like,
It dehydrates you. And most of all, I want to thank you guys for creating a platform for just like locals to come out, man, and chop it up with you guys, laugh with y'all. This has been a great experience. It's my like first podcast ever.
hey,
So
this
I
is
would
a
like
good one, man. This is a good
no,
one.
it is.
It's a good
is.
one to start with, for sure.
So I definitely
Because all the rest of them are going to be like, oh, fuck.
It's gonna be interviews.
it's gonna be like, oh, so Marcus, like, where did you grow up?
Like motherfucker.
That was a jab at Keenan.
That's why I looked away when you said it.
Kid was like Cinquento.
In his anime voice.
He had the little water drop in the
Right.
back.
No, yeah, but
tentacle dicks. Fuck it.
I really want to tell you guys to keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Especially in a world where everybody's doing it. You guys are a unique brand. And this is definitely one of the coolest things I've done in my life in LA.
We're serious
So-
about that track, man. If you want to feature that, man, we'd be
Bro,
happy to like
man.
put it on like in the beginning of the next episode or whenever it comes out. I don't know.
I'm waiting for her to finish up her part. When that gets
man,
done.
one of those things, man.
Well, she did something. I liked it. I liked it, y'all. I did like it.
But I didn't like it that much.
I liked it, but I was like, yo, listen, mommy, I want you to get sexual. You know, I want you to move with the music. Like, talk to me. Like, I want you to talk to me like I'm giving you the dick right there, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yo? It's that morning dick. That's why it's called rise, baby. That's why it's called rise. Like, dame, mommy, dame.
Oh my god.
Dope, man.
Ravishing.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Best
Yo, no, man,
episode ever.
I'm definitely looking forward to releasing a whole lot more. I really want to shout out to like my day ones. Everybody that follows me on Instagram right now, I consider my day ones because it's just everybody starting to be so supportive. Like I'm not saying like I got like hundreds and hundreds of followers right now that watch
Bro,
me consistently.
You really only need a couple hundred.
Yeah. Well, I have like 60, 70, 80, sometimes 100.
Imagine filling a room with that many people.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So I just want to give thanks to those people as well. And I hope that you all continue to follow the story of Aurelius and see the evolution happen.
La
Yeah, man.
evolution.
Revolution.
Love it.
Backstage tickets for all three of y'all, baby.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Hey, we can open for you.
Actually, hold
None
on.
of our business
Time out.
podcast opening.
I'm going to put him on blast
Uh-oh.
because we were supposed to do a track.
Oh
That's right.
shit.
And
That's right. We did it live.
We
Remember
did
on
a
Instagram
live
one time?
track. Yeah.
That's why I
Keenan was
hooked
like,
you
what
guys
the
up.
fuck?
Yeah, it was
Keenan
amazing.
jumped on. He was like, what the fuck? I can't take credit for this? Oh, hell
yeah,
no.
see, yeah. Keenan, you had nothing to do with that.
Oh, my
You know,
God.
you were the common link.
But see how I magically
link.
went on it? Like, didn't even know. Like, nobody, none of you told me you were doing
Spider
it.
senses went off. He was like, there's something I won't be able to take credit for. I need to be there.
That's my super.
Join this live stream.
Add me to the video. Add me to the video.
Keenan was like, when Yoda felt all the children from the Jedi temple die, he was like, oh, there's a disturbance in the force.
Disturbance there is.
Oh my God.
Much suffering.
Suffering, I said.
Happy not to Yoda.
Yay, nerds.
Keenan.
Star Wars nerds. I love it.
You got one for us?
Yeah, I hate my coworker. Think she's a piece of shit, and she annoys me like crazy. And one of the things that pissed me off is that she'll whine and complain about stuff in the world with no backup to any logical proof or reason, or she just jumps to her own conclusions without any support, and it's annoying because she has a kid, and I'm pretty sure she's teaching this shit to her kid, and it's just like her methodology. So it was the one thing in particular that stood out. I wish I had a chance to write it on Trello, but I didn't because I wrote it. It pissed me off so much I wrote it on a Post-it note at my office. I was like, I'm gonna oust this person. But she started off in the morning just complaining about how everything is just hip hop nowadays, and it's all about degrading women, and all they talk about is money and drugs and stuff like that. And I'm sitting next to her going, in my mind, I'm saying, bitch, there's like 8 radio stations right now in Los Angeles that play nothing related to hip hop at all. So where the fuck are you getting this idea that everywhere around you is just rap music? And her methodology is like that for a whole bunch of shit around the world. And it bothers me that nobody's checking her on this. Everybody in the office would either agree, or even the person she's telling it to is a hip hop DJ from the 80s and early 90s. So, and it was, I don't know, it was really messed up. I really don't talk to this person that much, even though they sit right next to me, but it's, it really sucks to hear this coming from this mature person and the opinions and stuff that they have. What?
I just want to ask if this person is white.
No, they're
Really?
Indian.
That still makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. In some weird way.
It still makes sense to me. I get why they would say that.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I can't let you guys talk about my Indian peeps that way. I'm just gonna let you guys know that right now.
You're half Indian?
No, I'm not. I got Indian peeps.
Yeah,
No,
so
no.
do I. And they joke about their own, like Russell Peters kind of thing anyway. But the point was is that it just frustrated me to no end to hear somebody go off, give out false information based on their own ideologies in their head, from where I don't even know where they got that idea. It's like I strictly went straight to, where did you come up with that answer? And then to deliver it out to people around you as if it's fact and truth. And that was, and it definitely makes me reflect on all the things that I present, or I tell people about information that I know, and making sure that it supports something. Even if it's just an opinion, I would say, well, I believe, or I think, or some people, or, I wouldn't genericize it as a factual thing. I make sure they know it's from my head. So, my soapbox is, I don't like her. and I don't like people who act like that. And then it's just to think that they're an intelligent being of understanding and reasoning. Delusional. It's just so delusional. So yeah, no, it's something I figured I say about it before I lose it in my
So your
mind.
message to the world is like, check your fucking facts.
Yes,
Check your biases.
check your facts, and just stop giving out opinions as if they are facts. And I don't mean like in social media, because people everybody do that, but I just meant like just the people around you,
Right.
at the office or at the family or with your friends. Like,
But sometimes there's a dope saying like that sometimes all you have to do with ignorance is just, you don't get angry with it. You just acknowledge it and be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I didn't retort back. I just, like I said, I wrote it down in notes. I wish I could have said something, because I could have swore something after that. They said, oh yeah, I'll try to make this brief as possible. But a person left the company. They've been in the company for 20 something years. We threw a party. The party was at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and she left to go home. I mean, I understand she has a kid, but the kid's like teenager. He's probably playing like Fortnite for 8 hours straight. You don't need to take care of that kid. So you go home, and then you come into work the next day, asking about how everything was, and did people send messages to say goodbye to the person, stuff like that. It's like one of the things we're supposed to do is send out text message to him to say our official goodbye. She didn't even do that, and she was asking around like, "Oh, did he reply to anybody or say anything, or did everybody do it or something like that?" It's like, bitch, you could have stayed and did it, or or you could have stated that you did it and didn't hear back from him. But I know you didn't send that message out, and then
this is the same person.
The same person. I don't know. I'm the more I'm disliking the person, the more I'm picking up these subtle nuances that I'm probably adding to that is unnecessary, or that's my own variation.
I think that's like another form of validation for you that you are doing for you not like her.
Exactly. Yeah.
Purposefully and subconsciously even.
Yeah, probably. I shouldn't be doing that, but
like I know we're not supposed to have opinions on your soapbox.
It's his first time.
But no. I just mean in general, but it sounds like there may be some tension between
you. Yeah. I mean, like
there is we had a not yelling, but a little high raised voice match.
You guys might need to.
I mean, that's not my opinion. Like, hey man, like you do you on that.
No, it's very petty because before we'd all say hi to each other as we walk in the office. No more of that. So it's like, fuck you if you're gonna be petty about that, and then withhold stuff from me.
Yeah,
and then rat me out and complain on me, and then talk. She would actually talk about me behind my back. Or not behind my back, in front of me while her back is facing me to somebody else. And a lot of times I would walk in the room and I hear her talking about me. It's like, fuck this person.
Well, at least she's doing that shit to your face.
It was very high schooly though.
I mean, like again, I know we're not supposed to have opinions on your soapbox, but I think there might be a little something going on that she needs from you.
Maybe
she want to get dick down by the big.
As Joe comes back. Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Anyway, all right.
Sorry, I still doing soapbox songs. Sorry, guys.
On the Philly soapbox.
Well, before we go to Phillies, I just want to play the fingers to bing, ding, 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 ding. You play some Punjabi for her,
Yeah, maybe you could have a little love connection there.
Absolutely.
She's like, I can't stand.
I truly suspect with that much tension, even if that's not what the original intention was, that much tension can easily be transmitted sexually.
Yeah, well, I'll let her husband know that.
There's whenever something is on that edge, that much passion, it could easily, if with just the right tweak, trust me, even if it's just out of frustration. Kenan's like, he's gonna go to the office, start looking at her differently. Well,
not at all.
She does have nice hair.
Nope, not at all.
Is she an attractive woman?
Yes, that was
by
a yes.
any standard.
By any standard, well, I have very low standards.
He's like, her heart is black, deep, dark, and just the worst.
There are some. There will be rare occasions where you meet someone, no matter how hot she is, they'll do something where you're like,
you
fuck
should never
that
see
person.
them again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can say that about literally anyone.
And it's like, yeah, maybe I can like suck on the nip a bit, but like I don't want to look at her while I'm doing it.
Put it back on your
so she's a butterface.
You could just vent it out.
Or you just don't like her fucking face.
I just don't. Her face, her voice.
How
long are you gonna do that?
That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta say.
That's his hit tape, boy. Coming into play there.
You should.
Mike is like, let me get that on a recording so that I can turn it into a sound.
I'll turn that into a kick. I'm done. That was too accurate.
I'm telling you, Joe can do he can do like the Japanese dojo samurai like master leader. He can do that crazy voice. He does it. The king of Philly.
No, I'm saying that's enough.
I know, Philly.
Oh, it's Philly.
Hey.
Hit us with the soapbox, Tizzy.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
You don't have anything. Blah blah.
I know I always say that, but on 3 hours of sleep, I'm not sure I can compute right now, man.
You did the whole
until
episode.
he goes into his mode, like
I know.
Christopher something says that something happened in the something.
I think it was in the second book.
you know what I
That
will
Are you
say?
hiding you eating that
I
banana?
was no, I'm not hiding.
He's not eating a banana in front of us, though. Keep that in mind, because nobody eats. You got to it's a man thing, bro. Don't look at him eating that banana. Give him the respect he deserves.
As I break it into pieces, I'm like,
Every man has the unspoken rule. It's like, just don't look at me while I'm eating this shit, man. What's funny is I do the same thing. Instead of eating it the way I normally do, I start eating that shit by my hand, just to let motherfuckers know.
I'm the guy that'll be like, damn, homie, did it. One bite.
Straight, bah, bah, bah.
well, I don't want
Damn, one bite, player.
I don't want to entice Keenan's thirsty ass, He's, I know the thirst is real.
I'm
So.
the same way though, bro. I see you.
I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna take my time with this.
Dude.
I have no qualms with getting dick down by that banana.
You're sick.
Got to get that
Best
nutrient.
way to eat it.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think I know it. Okay, so
Okay, you got your
the
soapbox.
drop I want to do is this, right? I know that people don't like to fucking read. I get it, especially in the self-help world. Most people fucking hate it. I know Joe hates it. Nothing wrong with that. I get it, because most of it is written by white people, and I get it. And if you look throughout history, white people did a lot of dirt. I get it, all right? And white people, I'm not trying to out you. I'm just spitting facts. I hope you get it. Right. Now, that being said, there are two books that if you read them back to back, start to paint a dope-ass picture for nothing more than just perspective, right? The first one is Homo sapiens. No, for you ignorant fucks, it's nothing gay, right? Homo sapiens is a scientific name for humans. Right, and it paints the history of how many humanoids were before. It wasn't just us, particularly. There was a lot of them, and most of them were Neanderthal based. But the problem was that whenever the Neanderthals tried to mate with the Homo sapiens that we are descendants of, they couldn't actually have a baby. And most of them weren't fucking each other for whatever reasons. And so, but it breaks it all down. So that's interesting, and it shows you that whole history. That's the first book. I'm now reading Homo Deus, and he's talking about it's the second book by Yuval Noah Harari, and he's breaking down essentially what he believes. First, he makes a case to point out how it is that we really have gotten rid of famine and war for the most part, and also like diseases. And the thing is that a lot of those things, if they happen nowadays, it's not because it was some like God calamity or natural disaster. For the most part, most of the reason why famine, disease, or war happens is particularly political and man-made. There's no fucking excuse. It's human error at this point. After he makes that case, he says, as things continue to move forward, what are the problems that we're going to occupy ourselves with now that famine, disease, and war is gone, as far as like beyond our control? Because that used to be what this shit was decimating percentages of the population at fucking en masse. Like the shit was scary. Most people were afraid that at some point they were going to fucking die for no reason, for no other reason. I mean, the entire Native American population was killed by European diseases, smallpox and etc. Right? So like that was a real thing. Most people fucking died from that shit. But now that we don't have those problems, what are we going to occupy ourselves with moving forward? Those are the questions he's asking in the book. He particularly starts to focus on things like happiness and how we're moving from a society that was focused on really just giving us the pursuit of happiness. But with every year that passes, we are now growing more and more. If you look around too, more and more, we're expecting our own government to make sure that we're happy and that we're never fucking offended. And like the list goes on, right? Like it's becoming more of a thing. And the problem is that happiness really does branch out for the most part on two categories. And one is psychological happiness and the other is biochemical happiness. And those two are very different things. And it's hard to really get the biochemical happiness to happen because for the most part, the same feeling you get from fucking landing a field goal or a dope ass set for a show, getting a job promotion, all those things, like whatever it is, those are all just biochemical things that are making you happy. Maybe the psychological because, oh, look, I'm coming ahead. But the truth is, permanent happiness doesn't look like, unless we actually go in and fuck with our brain chemistry, and replace it with something, we're never going to be permanently happy. And yet that is where we're starting to move all our dollars into. Permanent happiness. The second one is immortality or amortality. Because unless we fucking go out and actually kill ourselves, like jump off a cliff or any kind of those accidents, chances are we won't be dying of old age pretty soon. How do you think that's going to change? Yuval Navari asked, how do you think that's going to change the fucking job structure of things? Because every scientist generally has a saying, which is, we're one funeral away from a new discovery. Because usually the OGs are the one that kind of keep the plateau there until they go away, and then somebody has a chance to bring in their work. So what happens when people aren't dying like that anymore? Imagine fucking Putin at 150 still running Russia. Doesn't give much room for new ideas, new movements, right? There are so many things that are going to happen in the future. And, we can't just be concerned with race anymore. We can't just be concerned with class. Like we've got to start paying attention and asking bigger questions of what's going to happen as technology advances. What are we going to do? How are we going to operate as a society when most people's jobs are automated? I mean, these are all things that you haven't, they're not new. You've heard these. I'm just trying to add context from what other authors are doing and push you to start thinking about these things so that you can prepare yourself, your family, and your loved ones, your friends, people you keep close to you, your comrades. How are you going to move forward with this? That's my soapbox.
There it is. For not being prepared. I had nothing. I just
Straight off the dome, guys.
Freestyling his soapbox.
He's freestyling the soapbox. It's I wanted to make a comment about what you just said regarding something, but I forgot because you kept going. So I was like, damn, I lost it.
Let's go back and replay the monologue.
Is it about the humanoids or technology? One famine?
Yeah, one death away from.
Oh yeah, one funeral away.
Yeah, one funeral away
from innovation.
Because it's true. It's true.
Damn, I didn't even hear that part.
Think of no.
Peter just tunes me out at this
perfect
point.
example of that is the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Once one of those judges dies, another one comes in and it could change it could shift the whole.
But what about the Senate even, man? Like there's a lot of guys who hold office in the Senate that have forever there.
Lifetime.
And like Mitch McConnell,
and those are the motherfuckers with the money that can get that kind of technology first.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I feel you.
Yeah, no, that was dope.
Yeah. Very good, Filthy.
All right, Joe's on the last.
My soapbox talk is shut your fucking mouth.
Joe's wearing a kimono.
I am wearing a kimono.
He's wearing a kimono.
So my soapbox talk is just an announcement that I'm probably going to be absent for the next couple of shows.
Oh, god damn it!
Really? Depending, if you guys come to San Francisco, then we
got to do a road trip.
I have been meaning to go to San Francisco.
Yes, and I was there for like 8 years. I can show you around some
but I'm
stuff.
gonna get a part-time gig, so I got to figure out what that's gonna look like.
God damn it! So I'm doing a solo.
No. I just gonna figure it out.
Not like that.
As long as it's something that I agreed to beforehand, I have an obligation. And I got to ask for. I got to find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
But
so I will be gone for starting. I was almost not on this episode, but thanks to you guys were able to shift. Marcus, appreciate
thanks to who?
You guys.
Keenan. Because Keenan's the one that called everybody.
We tried to tell you,
All
bro.
right.
We tried to tell you.
Marcus just had the most awkward look on his like,
oh shit,
man, Keenan's energy.
Well, thanks to Marcus because he's the one who actually agreed to change the time.
But I called Marcus to get that done as your producer.
Hey, this is my soapbox, so shut the
They
fuck
didn't
up.
message you.
You're having an opinion on his soapbox, sir. You're breaking one of the
anyway.
rules
I almost
of the show.
didn't make this episode, but thanks to Marcus for agreeing to change the time. And thanks to Philly for being okay with it too, even though he barely slept. Fuck you. Keenan. But yeah, thanks to you guys for changing it. I was able to be on this episode. Next week it's a little iffy for sure. The next couple weeks after that, I'm definitely not. For I think for like a month, I'm going to be out. But unless again, you guys, we can organize something to where you guys come out, or maybe I fly in real fast. But yeah, just have a bunch of work stuff. So I know you guys are going to hold it down. LAFC lost yesterday. It was a gruesome battle. played the Galaxy. Zlatan just, he's a fucking beast. He's a Ferrari among Fiats, according to him. But, it was a hard hit for us because we went over there strong. There were like 300 plus just in our section, plus like the other sections. I could say whatever the fuck I want, all right?
Damn.
So we got rocked. We didn't get rocked too heavy. It was 3-2, but, it was a hit. Shout out to the TSG fam, the Cuervos, the Expos, Armada, Crew, Luckies, D9 Ultras. The whole 32-52. We took a loss, but we'll be back. And we're still number 1 in the MLS, so it doesn't even matter. Fuck this game. It's not as important as we want it to be. Creeps, I know you're going to say otherwise, but I don't care, bro. It's just one loss. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what I got. Summer is definitely happening. And we're feeling the heat. I'm just saying all the things that I wanted to say throughout the episode, but I didn't get to punch in. So I'm just filling in the holes.
Soap boxes.
Got the gala tonight. LAFC gala, casino night. It's gonna be sick. I'm gonna be fitted. I gotta go get a haircut after this. Fuck all of you, but don't fuck you because you guys listen to us. So I love you. Whatever. That's my soapbox. And with that,
Yay.
we're going to wrap up episode 35.
35.
Of the None of Our Business podcast. You get in on this too, Marcus.
He's not gonna come in.
I always say something bad. Hey. It's too good.
Yo, see money, what you doing, what's going on? We got it over here, and you know it, we kicking it strong. The TSG shout out, got it happen. King Kong, we coming back, gonna get to clapping. You can't stop it, we got it going. You know we can't stop, you know we always stay going. This is the new podcast, and we keep it flowing. No matter what, we are gonna keep the show going. The show must go on. The show must go on. Show must go on.
You woman out.
Suck your man's dick.
And pet your dog.
Hey.